positive. This is what's happening. And they just took it on from that moment up until now. And of course they know about today, but I haven't had a chance to talk to him yet. Because I just came from Northwestern. It was right over. This was all very convenient, by the way.
Yeah. Well, when they said that we're going to move
5 minutes to get here, so
they're like, Rhino's got to move the time until a little later because he's got a doctor's appointment. I was like, yeah, we'll do that for the Hall of Famer.
You can still donate to Cubs for a Cure this weekend. Text CURE24 to 41444 to donate today. On game days through the end of this month, check out the Motorola Razor Room Ryan Sandberg pop-up exhibit. The space at Gallagher Way features many of Rhino's personal collection of memorabilia from his Hall of Fame career and Motorola's newest devices. Coming up next, we hear from Craig Counsell right here on The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on The Score, official radio home of the Cubs.
Tired of sifting through countless supplements? Unsure of what's actually effective? Introducing Legion, the choice of over 800,000 discerning fitness enthusiasts. With all natural products, clinically effective ingredients, doses, and hassle-free money-back guarantee, you can achieve your fitness goals without the unnecessary guesswork. Say goodbye to wasted efforts and hello to results. With Legion, you don't need supplements to build muscle, lose fat, or get healthy, but the right ones can help. Visit LegionAthletics.com. Go to LegionAthletics.com to get 20% off your order now.
Take your business further with the smart and flexible American Express Business Gold Card. It's packed with benefits to help unlock more value from your business purchases. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Learn more at americanexpress.com/businessgoldcard.
James Hardie Building Products knows how important your home is, and it's why their Harding Siding is the #1 brand of siding in America. Trusted by homeowners and pros on over 10 million homes from coast to coast. Hardie Fiber Cement Siding gives homes lasting beauty with industry-leading protection against fire, water, pest, and more. James Hardie has everything you need to get started, from free siding samples, personalized 3D home renders, and a contractor network to quote your project. Visit jameshardie.com today to request more information.
Look at your cup holder. It's empty, and you're feeling thirsty. Head to a nearby convenience store and fill it with a Pepsi Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew, or Starry. Grab a delicious, refreshing Pepsi for the road.
Lowe's knows our great paint savings mean you can get the colors you want at prices you'll love. Right now, get 20% off 1-gallon cans and 5-gallon pails of Valspar Defense paint or Cabot Stain. Shop now because it's the perfect time to maintain your deck and paint your outdoor spaces. Visit us in-store or online today because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 8/21. Selection varies by location. See store at Lowe's.com for details.
It's Cubs versus Jays from Wrigley Field today. Time now to give you access to Craig Counsell, sponsored by Access One, best in the business, managed IT, cybersecurity, and more. Here's Craig Counsell with the media before today's ballgame, talking about the whole bullpen needing to work as a team to close out games rather than it being on the closer himself.
It's not overrated in that, like, you know, the game can end when that guy's on the mound, and so that's why he gets more attention put on him. But the bullpen is a team, and within a team, right? And they do have to work together, and they do all have to pitch, in kind of a normal part of the schedule. And so you need a bunch of guys to be successful at it, and everybody has to carry. You have to carry your load, so to speak. Because you help make each other successful. So, that's not going to change. And it never does change. But, the guy at the end, like, look, there's always going to be more on that guy because, the game often ends when he's pitching. Generally good, but there's going to be some bad ones in there.
The baseball scoreboard is next on The Score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Ian Happ. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
It's Odyssey's AI Minute presented by Oracle. Wouldn't it be nice to have more time? According to a new report from Thomson Reuters, 77% of professionals believe AI will have transformational impact on their work. AI is expected to save workers 4 hours per week by the next year, and 12 more hours per week over the next 5 years. Just think about what you can do with those 720 minutes. AI may be the most important new computer technology ever, but AI needs a lot of processing speed, and that gets expensive fast. Upgrade to the next generation of the cloud, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, or OCI. OCI is a single platform for your infrastructure, database, application development, and AI needs. Do more and spend less, like Uber, 8x8, and Databricks Mosaic. Take a free test drive of OCI at oracle.com/AI tech. Oracle.com/AI TECH.
At Shirley Ryan Ability Lab, every journey is unique, but they all have the same destination: ability. Choose the #1 rehabilitation hospital. Choose Shirley Ryan Ability Lab.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire the largest injury firm in the world for your injury case? Let me count the ways. Your case will be handled by your lawyer, a paralegal, and a case manager who's always in the office for you when your lawyer's in court. There's also a 24-hour hotline if you ever have a question or a problem. We've collected over $20 billion and won a lot. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Lowe's sabe que el tiempo es dinero. Por eso con la app de Lowe's para Pros, puedes autorizar a un miembro de tu equipo para que haga compras en la tienda y pagar rápidamente con solo escanear un código QR. En Lowe's, ahorras tiempo en tus compras y maximizas tiempo en la obra. Todo desde la palma de tu mano con la app de Lowe's. Te ayudamos a que tu negocio sea más productivo. Baja la app de Lowe's hoy mismo. Porque Lowe's sabe de pros.
It is game 2 of 3 between the Cubs and Blue Jays coming up at 1:20 from Wrigley Field. Let's send it down to the field for the national anthems.
National anthem.
Great job by brain cancer survivor Sam Kagan performing both anthems here at Wrigley, sponsored by American Sail. Bring the fun home. Who are you banking on? Sponsored by Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. How about Cody Bellinger? He's hit safely in 7 of his last 8 games, had a big first inning home run yesterday, and has 1 career home run in 5 at-bats against Chris Bassett. That takes us to the pitching matchup, sponsored by Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Enjoy the laid-back experience of Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Chris Bassett on the mound today for Toronto. Meanwhile, Justin Steele makes his 20th start of the season for the Cubs. The baseball scoreboard sponsored by Great Clips. For your next haircut, go to Great Clips. It's going to be great. The Pirates and Mariners tied at 1 in the bottom of the 4th. The Tigers lead the Yankees 4-0 in the 3rd. It's time for baseball here at Wrigley Field between the Cubs and Blue Jays. Zach Zabin and Ron Coomer have the call for you next on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday with Bernstein and Holmes, 10 a.m. to 2 on The Score.
Take your business further with the smart and flexible American Express Business Gold Card. It offers flexible spending capacity that adapts to your business. You can also earn up to $395 in annual statement credits on eligible purchases at select business merchants. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business gold card.
James Hardie Building Products knows how important your home is, and it's why their Harding Siding is the #1 brand of siding in America. Trusted by homeowners and pros on over 10 million homes from coast to coast, Hardie Fiber Cement Siding gives homes lasting beauty with industry-leading protection against fire, water, pest, and more. James Hardie has everything you need to get started, from free siding samples, personalized 3D home renders, and a contractor network to quote your project. Visit jameshardie.com today to request more information.
Look at your cup holder. It's empty. And you're feeling thirsty. Head to a nearby convenience store and fill it with a Pepsi Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew, or Starry. Grab a delicious, refreshing Pepsi for the road.
Tired of sifting through countless supplements? Unsure of what's actually effective? Introducing Legion, the choice of over 800,000 discerning fitness enthusiasts. With all natural products, clinically effective ingredients, doses, and hassle-free money-back guarantee, you can achieve your fitness goals without the unnecessary guesswork. Say goodbye to wasted efforts and hello to results. With Legion, you don't need supplements to build muscle, lose fat, or get healthy, but the right ones can help. Visit LegionAthletics.com. Go to LegionAthletics.com to get 20% off your order now.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast is presented by Health Markets. Shop for health insurance your way. And now, Odyssey and 670 The Score bring you Chicago Cubs baseball on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Get out the tape measure, long gone.
Game-winning home run, can you believe it? This is what you came in for. You got the Cubs game on The Score.
Chicago Cubs baseball is presented to you in part by Benjamin Moore, Vinny's Beverage Depot, Hefty Trash Bags, Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha, Bosch Power Tools, James Hardie Building Products, Sloan, Stella Blue Coffee, Traffic Tech, Wintrust Community Banks, your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers, Granger, official partner of the Chicago Cubs in Wrigley Field, Arturo Tires, and by BetMGM, the sports book born in Vegas. Download the app today. Please gamble responsibly. And now, here's the Hall of Famer, Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer, with all the exciting play-by-play action of Chicago Cubs baseball.
After a walk-off win to start the weekend, the Cubs looking for a second straight victory. It's game 2 of a 3-game set between the Cubs and Toronto Blue Jays here at Wrigley Field. Hi, everyone. A pleasant good afternoon to you. Alongside Ron Cooper, Zach Zaidman in for Pat. So happy to have you with us. Justin Steele going for the Cubs, while right-hander Chris Bassett throws for Toronto. Cubs coming off that exciting finish in yesterday's ball game. Seiya Suzuki, first career walk-off hit, a single in the 10th as the Cubs the Blue Jays by a final of 6-5. Let's get right to the starting lineup, sponsored by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all, for John Schneider's Blue Jays, a record of 57-65, last place in the American League East. George Springer, the leadoff man, he's the designated hitter. Dalton Varsho in center. The first baseman is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. The cleanup man, catcher Alejandro Kirk. Ernie Clement at third. The second baseman, Will Wagner. Left fielder Davis Schneider bats 7th. Leo Jimenez is the shortstop. And hitting ninth, right fielder Addison Barger with Chris Bassett on the mound. For Craig Cancel's Cubs, a record of 60-63. The Cubs fourth place in the National League Central, but just 4.5 games out from that final wild card spot in the National League. Ian Happ is the leadoff man. He's in left. Michael Busch at first. The DH is Seiya Suzuki. Right fielder Cody Bellinger is the cleanup man. Isaac Paredes is at third. The second baseman is Nico Horner. Shortstop Dansby Swanson bats seventh. Pete Crow Armstrong in center field, and hitting ninth for the Cubs, catcher Miguel Amaya with Justin Steele on the mound. First pitch next. Cubs and Blue Jays on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday with Bernstein and Holmes, 10 a.m. until 2 on The Score.
Lowe's knows our great paint savings mean you can get the colors you want at prices you'll love. Right now, get 20% off 1-gallon cans and 5-gallon pails of Valspar Defense paint or Cabot Stain. Shop now because it's the perfect time to maintain your deck and paint your outdoor spaces. Visit us in-store or online today because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 8/21. Selection varies by location. See store at Lowe's.com for details.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire the largest injury firm in the world for your injury case? Let me count the ways. Your case will be handled by your lawyer, a paralegal, and a case manager who's always in the office for you when your lawyer's in court. There's also a 24-hour hotline if you ever have a question or a problem. We've collected over $20 billion and won a lot. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
We used to argue about whose turn it was to clean the gutters, but then I had Leaf Filter gutter protection installed.
Wait, I told you Leaf Filter had free inspections and estimates and a lifetime guarantee.
Meaning we never have to argue about whose turn it is to clean the gutters again.
But I visited leaffilter.com/Odyssey first.
No, I did.
It doesn't matter who. Visit leaffilter.com/Odyssey to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off today.
See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
It is partly cloudy. There is a chance for rain later on this afternoon. 77 degrees, and the wind is blowing in. The game time temperature sponsored by Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric, your trusted local experts. Game 2 between the Cubs and Blue Jays. Justin Steele on the hill for the Cubs. The left-hander is 3-5 with a 3.16 ERA. Coom in 19 starts this season.
Yeah, Justin has been, just as good as he was last year. Just not a lot of run support. The win-loss record, not what you would expect, but it's not because of the way he's pitched. It's the guy that's got ace stuff, and, every time you go out there, he gives you a great chance to win a ball game.
Ryan Blakeney is the home plate umpire this afternoon. Jim Wolf at first. The crew chief, Alan Porter, at second. And Sean Barber at third. The announcement sponsored by Suits 2020 in Niles, the largest selection of wedding outfits for grooms and groomsmen. The Cubs wearing their traditional home white uniforms with the blue pinstripes, blue caps with a red C on the front, the iconic Cubs logo on the front left part of the jersey, blue numerals and lettering on the back outlined in red. Justin Steele wearing blue and white shoes. It's Players Weekend, so a lot of the players have unique footwear and gear that they're using this weekend. And that's pretty cool. A lot of it for good causes. George Springer steps to the plate. The Blue Jays leadoff man is a right-handed batter. He's the DH today, hitting at .219 with 14 home runs and 46 RBIs. Steele, the left-hander, works on the third base side of the rubber. Here's the first pitch, and a bouncing ball hit to third past Paredes. Took a wicked hop up belt high and over his glove into left. And Springer at first base to lead off the game.
I'll have to see what they call this. This is a tough play. That second hop with a right-hander with some power, when you take that big swing and you roll over the ground ball, that second hop that hits the dirt for the third baseman, the ball explodes. It really does. And that's exactly what happened to Paredes. Has hit him in the tip of the glove and went past him.
And they've given Paredes an error on the play. Dalton Varsho at the plate. He looks at a strike from Steele, 0-1. That's a tough error.
Yeah, I understand it. If you ask him down there, should I had that play? I think he'd probably say yes. but it's not an easy play, that's for sure.
The next pitch by Steele in there for strike two. Another fastball to Varsho, hitting at 208 on the year, 15 home runs, 51 RBIs. Springer being held on at first by Michael Bush. He's got 13 stolen bases. Steele sets at the belt, looks at first, and delivers the pitch. Varsho takes a ball up high, 1-2. That was close.
Pretty good pitch, just missed at the top of the zone. Steele fastball, slider, breaking ball, kind of a cutter type, slider that will come in and bore in on the right-hander.
Just underway, Cubs and Blue Jays here in the top of the first. The pitch, dribbled foul off to the left by Varsho. Count remains 1-2.
That's the slider, 86 miles an hour. Fastball will probably get up to somewhere close to 93 today if he has his best fastball. Speed Gun is always powered by Xfinity. Stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live once.
Springer extends his lead off the first base bag. Steele sets the belt, looks at first, and throws over as Springer gets back standing up. The Blue Jays wearing alternate blue tops today with white numerals and lettering. Gray pants. Varsho at the plate wearing white shoes. Blue Jays with blue socks, blue helmets with a Blue Jay logo on the front as Varsho taps one foul at the plate, 1-2. The uniform description sponsored by Benjamin Moore. Transform your clubhouse into a Cubs house with Cubbies Blue, Wrigley Field Green, or Marquee Red, official paint of the Chicago Cubs. One and two, the count on Varsho with Springer at first. No one out here in the top of the first. The pitch, foul back off the screen.
Good pitch by Steele. After the last one, pitch was somewhat down the middle. Varsho fouled it off. Now that one, a good fastball inside right underneath the hands of the left-handed hitting Varsho. Varsho not very tall. He's only 5'8", 5'9". Very stout, strong guy, very good athlete.
The 1-2, check swing and a miss, strike three. Got him with the slider, one away.
Good breaking ball after coming inside with a couple of heaters and then spin that little cutter slider away. Good location. Varsho couldn't check his swing, and Justin gets his first punch out of the game.
Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are sponsored by our Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Own every mile in a brand new Hyundai. Now the batter, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He looks at a strike, a fastball from Steele on the inner half, 0-1. Guerrero went hitless in yesterday's ball game, 0 for 5. But he is a powerful and threatening right-handed batter, hitting at .319 on the year with 25 home runs. Springer dancing off the first base bag. The pitch inside, 1-1.
With Springer bouncing around at first base, I'm looking and I'm like, to me, do you take off and run when you got one of the best hitters in the game at home plate? I would say no. Could be wrong, but, you want him to be able to hit.
The 1-1. Up high to Guerrero, 2-1. Defensively for the Cubs, Michael Bush at first, Nico Horner at second. The shortstop is Dansby Swanson, Isak Paredes at third. In the outfield, left to right, Ian Happ, Pete Crow Armstrong, and Cody Bellinger. Miguel Amaya behind the plate. Steele's ready. Here's the 2-1. Guerrero fouls it back, 2-2.
I would say for Justin, let's not throw that one again. He made a mistake and threw a fastball in the middle of the plate. About bell tie, Guerrero with a huge swing and fouled it straight back. Unlike yesterday, the wind blowing in today, not blowing very hard, but blowing in. And, so it will hold the ball up a little bit, but the ball's still going to carry here at Wrigley.
Now the 2-2. Outside. Full count with Guerrero at the plate. Even after the offer yesterday, Guerrero has at least one hit in 25 of his last 27 games. He's hitting better than 400 during that stretch with 26 RBIs. And the pitch. That's low, ball 4. So now the Blue Jays threatening here in the top half of the first inning with one away. They've got men at first and second. And the cleanup man, Alejandro Kirk, due up.
3-2. Springer was off with the pitch. One thing Steele does very well is he's very quick to the plate, even as a left-hander. Most lefties don't concern themselves with that too much because they kick their leg up and still throw to first. Steele, if he feels like he just wants to neutralize the running game somewhat, he's just quick to the plate and almost slide steps, and it's a very effective way of kind of neutralizing guys that are somewhat base stealers, not the great base stealers.
A pitch to Kirk on the inside corner for strike, 0-1. Steele starting him off with a fastball. Kirk hitting a .239 on the season. He's got 3 home runs, 34 RBIs. He is a double play candidate. And the pitch. That's low. 1-1, a slider that missed. The first inning is powered by Invesco QQQ. Tomorrow's innovation awaits with Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated. Springer at second, Guerrero at first. One away, top one. Cubs and Blue Jays are scoreless. And the 1-1. That's outside to Kirk. 2-1 the count.
That's the first pitch we've seen from Justin where mechanically things didn't just sync up. His body kind of rushed out. The arm didn't catch up. It's well up and out of the zone away.
Steele sets, kicks and fires. A bouncing ball hit to first, fielded by Bush. He throws to second. There's Swanson for 1, and that's all they'll get. So 2 away. Advancing to third base on the play, Springer, and Kirk is safe at first.
Well, Kirk shoots this ball at Bush. Michael, the issue is ball's hit sharply. He's got to wait for Dansby to get to the bag. He kind of double clutches, and once he does that, then you really don't have much of a play at a double play. Dansby never does throw over. Now there's a little meeting on the mound with Swanson and Amaya, and that is just to give Justin Steele a little chance to catch his breath because he ran to first. He was at first base ready to receive the throw, but no throw was going to happen.
Yeah, it wasn't worth taking a chance with Springer on his way to third on that play. So men at the corners now for Toronto with 2 away here in the top of the first inning. The batter is Ernie Clement, a .276 hitter. And the pitch. An awkward-looking swing and miss at a fastball, 0-1. Springer at third, Kirk at first. Steele on the mound, Clement at the plate. Here's the pitch. Another awkward check swing. Did he go? No swing on appeal, says the first base umpire, Jim Wolf. 1-1.
Let's see the replay on that. We're going to get that in the monitor, and that's going to end up being a swing. Absolutely. Jim Wolf didn't get a good look at that one. And a lot of times with guys with the black bats, man, sometimes if you don't get a great look, you just don't see it real well.
Clement swings and misses, 1-2. That was a fastball from Steele. You just don't see it because of the color of the bat?
Just the color of the bat. You just don't you don't pick it up as well in the stands, or you just don't see it as well.
The pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3. He gets Clement with the fastball, and Steele works into and out of a jam in the top half of the first as the Blue Jays strand 2. We head to the last of the first. No score. Cubs and Toronto on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen to every Cubs game all season long right here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Take your business further with the smart and flexible American Express Business Gold Card. It's packed with benefits to help unlock more value from your business purchases. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business gold card.
James Hardy knows how important your home is. That's why they made America's #1 brand of siding. Trusted by homeowners in over 10 million homes from coast to coast. Siding from James Hardy gives your home a beautiful design without compromising on durability and protection. James Hardy also knows how important it is to support your hometown and root for the home team. James Hardy, siding with your home team. Visit jameshardy.com to request more information today.
Look at your cup holder. It's empty. And you're feeling thirsty. Head to a nearby convenience store and fill it with a Pepsi Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew, or Starry. Grab a delicious, refreshing Pepsi for the road.
Tired of sifting through countless supplements, unsure of what's actually effective? Introducing Legion, the choice of over 800,000 discerning fitness enthusiasts. With all natural products, clinically effective ingredients, doses, and hassle-free money-back guarantee, you can achieve your fitness goals without the unnecessary guesswork. Say goodbye to wasted efforts and hello to results with Legion. You don't need supplements to build muscle, lose fat, or get healthy, but the right ones can help. Visit LegionAthletics.com. Go to LegionAthletics.com to get 20% off your order now.
The Cubs leadoff man is presented by Binny's Beverage Depot. If Ian Happ gets a hit, Binny's Beverage Depot will donate $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Right-hander Chris Bassett works his motion. First pitch on the way. Happ drills one deep right center field. This may go. It's gone! Leadoff home run for Ian Happ, and the Cubs strike first. A 1-0 lead over the Blue Jays.
First pitch fastball down the middle at the knees, and Ian hammers this ball. And we talked about it at the top half of the inning that the wind is blowing in a little bit. Not blowing in hard, and the ball will still carry here at Wrigley, and Ian just proved that. So he hits a home run almost straight away center field into the bleachers. Cubs up 1-0.
Ian Happ now riding an 8-game hitting streak, during which, Coom, he has hit 5 home runs and driven in 7. Michael Busch at the plate, shows bunt, pulls it back. The pitch outside from Bassett, 1-0. What a start to the ball game. A 413-foot drive by Happ. Home run number 22 on the year for him. As Bassett kicks and delivers, Busch swings and lines one to right. Coming in and making a sliding catch is Addison Barger for out number 1.
A pretty nice play. This ball, big swing, comes off the bat hot, but it's hit off the end of the bat, which can fool an outfielder big time, especially with a strong guy. But Barger comes in and makes a nice sliding catch. He got a good break on that ball.
So 1 away, 1-0 Cubs here in the bottom half of the first inning. Seiya Suzuki at the plate, and he looks at a ball outside, 1-0. Another hefty home run for Happ, sponsored by Hefty, the official trash bag of the Chicago Cubs. Hefty strong all day long. Suzuki hitting at 265. The pitch in there for strike 1-1. He's coming off his first career walk-off hit. The RBI single in the 10th inning of yesterday's ball game as the Cubs beat the Blue Jays 6-5. The 1-1 delivery is low and outside, 2-1. And you said something right before Suzuki delivered the game winner yesterday that resonated with me. You said, man, what a boost in confidence it would give him if he can win the game here. And he ended up doing that.
He did, yep. He got a breaking ball he could handle and hammered it between short and third, hit it hard enough to where there's really no play at the plate. Ian was at second base, and, you know, when that ball carried into deeper left field, there was no play. Big swing of the bat. He had swung and missed the 2 breaking balls before that. And then they threw one that ended up in the middle of the plate.
Now the 3-1 delivery by Bassett is way outside. Ball 4. Seiya draws a 1-out walk. We're in the last of the first with the Cubs leading the Blue Jays 1-0.
And walks by opposing pitchers, sponsored by North Shore Adult Diapers. Reassuringly strong protection, even for the heaviest control problems. Visit NorthShore.com. And RBIs by Cubs batters. They're sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter.
Here's the Cubs cleanup man, Cody Bellinger, with Suzuki on first, 1 away here in the bottom of the first inning. Belly hitting at 276. He's got 13 home runs, including a 2-run job in yesterday's ball game. The pitch is outside for ball 1. Bassett, 35 years old. He's 6'5", 217 pounds. This is start number 25 on the year for him. 9-11 with a 4.30 ERA. Here's the pitch. That's low. 2-0. Bassett missing with a change. He's coming off a rough outing last Sunday against Oakland. Bassett was rocked for 7 earned runs on 8 hits in 4 innings of work. 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. He gave up 2 home runs. And the pitch. Outside, 3-0 now on Bellinger.
Well, Bassett's given up 2 hard hit balls. One left the ballpark. The other one He's fortunate it was off the end of the bat a little bit, so I think he's a little gun-shy with trying to throw that fastball over the plate here to Belly now.
Bassett deals. A 3-0 is outside. Ball 4. Back-to-back walks for the Cubs. First Suzuki, now Bellinger. And it'll bring up Isaac Paredes.
Now the Cubs need a big swing of the bat. That's what they need. Wind, not really a factor for, especially for the right-handed hitter. With the wind blowing in, it looks like it's blowing in a little bit from right center, but the ball hit from the 368 mark to the left field corner. I don't know if it definitely won't get knocked down. I don't know if it'll get much help. It's not blowing all that hard, but will not get knocked down. Paredes, as we all know, likes to, most of his power numbers, actually all of his power numbers for hitting home runs, comes to the pull side.
There was a brief mound meeting with pitching coach Pete Walker and the entire Blue Jays infield, along with the pitcher, Chris Bassett, and catcher Alejandro Kirk. Cubs threatening. They've already got a 1-0 lead on a leadoff shot by Ian Happ. Men at first and second, just one away. And Paredes at the plate, 18 home runs this season, 2 as a Cub. And the pitch. On the outer half for strike, 0-1.
That's a good, confident fastball he just threw there. Might be best pitch he has thrown. Sometimes you need a little talking to get you back focused from the pitching coach or your catcher, and he made a good pitch there.
Righty-righty matchup. The next pitch is way outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Paredes 0 for 4 yesterday. In 15 games as a Cub, he's batting .164 with those 2 home runs and 8 RBIs.
Snyder in left field playing very shallow and way around to the pull side. You don't see too many left fielders playing that shallow.
Now the pitch. That's low. The runners go. Throw to third. And they nail Suzuki trying to steal. Tag applied by Clement. An excellent throw by the catcher, Kirk. Cody Bellinger ends up at second base.
Suzuki trying to steal third base. Did not get a very good jump. Once he took off, I was kind of surprised that he kept going. I thought he might stop quickly, but he keeps going. This throw by Kirk gets him by, a good step. Bellinger ends up stealing second base.
Now the 2-1. That's inside to Paredes. 3 balls and a strike the count. One nothing Cubs with 2 away here in the bottom of the first inning. Bellinger at second base, Paredes at the plate. And the pitch. Swing and a miss as Paredes waves at a slider out of the zone. 3-2.
Bassett with a couple different breaking balls. He'll throw the slider. He'll throw a curveball. And which most pitchers now, especially the bigger guys, big hands, they're all throwing the split. He does have one.
The next pitch is a dribbler in front of home plate, fielded by the catcher, Kirk. He whirls and throws to first in time to get Paredes for out number 3. So that ends the first inning, but not before Ian Happ leads things off with a solo shot. And the Cubs have a 1-0 lead over Toronto as we head to the second inning. On the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Chicago Cubs memories are made right here with Pat, Ron, and Zach on the Cubs Radio Network.
Take your business further with the smart and flexible American Express Business Gold Card. You can earn 4 times points on your top 2 eligible spending categories every month, like transit, U.S. restaurants, and gas stations. That's the powerful backing of American Express. 4 times points on up to $150,000 in purchases per year. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/businessgoldcard.
Hey Tinley Park, your new Amazon Fresh grocery store is opening soon. Join us on August 22nd at 8 a.m. for our grand opening event with exclusive giveaways, fun activities, and more. Amazon Fresh, opening soon on South Harlem Avenue.
James Hardy knows how important your home is. That's why they made America's #1 brand of siding. Trusted by homeowners in over 10 million homes from coast to coast. Siding from James Hardy gives your home a beautiful design without compromising on durability and protection. James Hardy also knows how important it is to support your hometown and root for the home team. James Hardy, siding with your home team. Visit jameshardy.com to request more information today.
Look at your cup holder. It's empty. And you're feeling thirsty. Head to a nearby convenience store and fill it with a Pepsi Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew, or Starry. Grab a delicious, refreshing Pepsi for the road.
Tired of sifting through countless supplements, unsure of what's actually effective? Introducing Legion, the choice of over 800,000 discerning fitness enthusiasts. With all natural products, clinically effective ingredients, doses, and hassle-free money-back guarantee, you can achieve your fitness goals without the unnecessary guesswork. Say goodbye to wasted efforts and hello to results. With Legion, you don't need supplements to build muscle, lose fat, or get healthy, but the right ones can help. Visit LegionAthletics.com. Go to LegionAthletics.com to get 20% off your order now.
The second inning is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Remember, on Southwest, 2 bags fly free. Zach?
Will Wagner looks at a ball low and inside to begin the top half of the second inning. Thank you very much, Ryan Porth. Did a terrific job on the pregame show. We'll hear him throughout the ball game as well as the postgame show. Here's the 1-0 delivery to Wagner. That's taken for a strike. 1-1 the count. Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Blue Jays. Ian Happ a leadoff home run. Wagner had quite the start to his big league debut as the rain begins to fall here at Wrigley Field. He swings and misses at a fastball. And the rain is coming down at a pretty good clip at the moment here at the friendly confines. They're still playing, though. Steele kicks and delivers. Wagner looks at a ball outside, 2-2. Wagner in 3 big league games is 7 for 12. Left-handed batter against the left-hander Steele as the rain continues to fall. The 2-2 just outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
I'll just wait. Another 10 minutes. It'll be sunny again.
I hope you're right.
Friendly confines. Chicago weather. You never know.
It's pretty ugly right now. Here's the payoff pitch. A ground ball hit to short. Fielded on the outfield grass by Swanson. His throw across in time to get Wagner 1 away.
Quite literally, 10 minutes ago, it was sunny here at Wrigley. And we still see blue sky out over Lake Michigan, which is maybe 2 drivers in a 9-iron away.
Yeah, for you.
But, yeah. And right now, I do not know how they're going to be able to keep this going. Yeah, there they go.
We're going to have a delay.
Justin Steele's like, I'm good. Let's just keep playing.
No, but come on. It's coming down now at a pretty hard clip. And many of the fans are making their way for cover into the concourse.
It is really coming down now, yeah.
So the grounds crew Right now, Craig Counsell is meeting with the umpires along the first base line and the grounds crew, and they've just called out Blue Jays manager John Schneider. What's this about?
What I'm guessing they're doing is there's more rain right in behind this last storm, and they're looking at the radar, all 4 umpires and the 2 managers and the groundskeeper, and they're saying if we start now, there's probably a likelihood in the next period of time that we're going to get dumped on again. And I know what Counts is saying. I've got my ace on the mound. He's going to go out there, and then I'm going to burn him, and then he's going to be done for the day, and we're going to get a couple innings out of him. And now they're going to take the field, and they're going to start. And I'm guessing this is one of those things that Craig Counsell lost this argument. I'm guessing. But it's bright sunshine right now. I mean, as fast as the storm blew in, it blew out that fast.
So we're going to resume any moment here. Justin Steele going to start warming up here as the infielders and outfielders take the field and begin warming up as well. 1 away, top half of the second inning here at Wrigley. It's the Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Blue Jays. Ian Happ with a leadoff shot in the last of the first, a 413-foot drive just to the right of dead center field for Happ, home run number 22 on the year. Will Wagner led off the second inning for Toronto. He grounded out to Dansby Swanson at short. Davis Schneider is due up, the Blue Jays left fielder, and Justin Steele on the mound. Steele has been lights out over his last 2 starts, 1-0 with a 1.42 ERA. This after a 7+ ERA in his previous 3 starts, and you can understand why Counsell wants to make sure if Steele resumes pitching here that there isn't going to be another delay anytime soon.
Yeah, we're looking at the radar here in the booth, too, because, I mean, it is blue sky here. Now, off to the north, going up the lake, it's darker, but that is not coming our way. Usually the storms blow into Wrigley Field in behind us, behind home plate. So, we'll just have to see. Maybe we're not seeing the same thing that they have down on the field, but we are about to start play.
Yeah, so Davis Snyder is walking to the plate, and he will bat here with a 1 down in the top half of the second inning. The Cubs have a 1-0 lead over the Blue Jays. Schneider hitting at .205 with 10 home runs and 37 RBIs. As Steele takes the mound, he works on the third base side of the rubber. The left-hander sets at the belt and delivers the pitch. It's low and outside for ball 1. We are back in action after a rain delay of nearly 40 minutes. A 1-0 delivery. Schneider fouls it back, 1-1. Steele coming off a quality start last time out, last weekend against the White Sox. 6 scoreless innings, 6 hits, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts. And he's been dominant against American League teams. The 1-1. Schneider pops it up, shallow right, racing in Bellinger, going back, Bush and Horner, and it's Bellinger who makes the catch about belt high off to his right. Nifty play, a lot of traffic in the area, 2 away.
Excellent play by Belly. He goes a long way to get this ball. And the issue with this play is Horner's playing up the middle. He's got a long way to go. Michael Bush goes straight. The ball's right out over his head, but in a short right field. So 3 guys converging. And right at the last second, Belly does the right thing and makes the call once he knows he can catch the baseball. And then you see Nico Horner bail out of there in a hurry. Excellent play and good communication by the Cubs, Bellinger, Horner, and Bush.
So now 2 away and a pinch hitter at the plate. Stuart Baroa, he bunts it foul off to the left. 0-1. Baroa is pinch hitting for the starting shortstop, Leo Jimenez, who was due to hit for the first time in this ballgame.
Yeah, kind of an odd. Just don't know.
Jimenez hit a home run in yesterday's game. So Baroa has to come back to home plate after streaking toward first after laying down the bunt that went foul. 0-1 the count. Baroa hitting from the right side. It's partly cloudy. Plenty of blue sky off in the distance in the direction of Lake Michigan. Here's the pitch. On the outside corner for strike, 0-2, a fastball from Steele. But gray sky overhead to our left. It's Chicago, never dull when it comes to weather. And the wind blowing in. Steele takes a deep breath, sets, kicks, and delivers. Up high, 1-2 on Baroa. Steele has made 5 starts against American League teams this season. Kumi's got a 0.70 ERA. The pitch. Check swing, foul ball off to the right, out of play, 1-2.
Pretty good fastball up and in. Nice catch by a fan. Right over the high first camera. I mean, right over it. Heads up, boys.
And the 1-2. Called. Strike 3. Baroa frozen by a Steele fastball. And that ends the top half of the second inning. We head to the last of the second. The Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Blue Jays on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Chicago Cubs memories are made right here with Pat, Ron, and Zach on the Cubs Radio Network.
Take your business further with the smart and flexible American Express Business Gold Card. You can earn 4 times points on your top 2 eligible spending categories every month, like transit, U.S. restaurants, and gas stations. That's the powerful backing of American Express. 4 times points on up to $150,000 in purchases per year. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business gold card.
James Hardy Building Products knows how important your home is, and it's why their Harding Siding is the #1 brand of siding in America. Trusted by homeowners and pros on over 10 million homes from coast to coast. Hardy Fiber Cement Siding gives homes lasting beauty with industry-leading protection against fire, water, pest, and more. James Hardy has everything you need to get started, from free siding samples, personalized 3D home renders, and a contractor network to quote your project. Visit jameshardy.com today to request more information.
Toyota has electrified options for every lifestyle. We've got hybrids, plug-in hybrids. You can even go 100% electric. Toyota is electrified, diversified. Learn more about our Beyond Zero vision for the future at toyota.com/Beyond Zero.
Look at your cup holder. It's empty. And you're feeling thirsty. Head to a nearby convenience store and fill it with a Pepsi Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew, or Starry. Grab a delicious, refreshing Pepsi for the road.
The 50-50 raffle is having a guaranteed jackpot of $50,000. Fans in Illinois can purchase tickets starting at 10 a.m. through the end of Sunday's game at cubs.com/raffle or from a Wrigley Field raffle ambassador through the 8th inning of tomorrow's game. Zach?
Thank you very much, Ryan Porth. Nico Horner looks at a strike to begin the bottom half of the second inning. There are a whole bunch of defensive changes for Toronto. With Baroa pinch hitting for Jimenez, he stays in the game, now in right field. Barger moves from right to third, and Clement, the new shortstop, as Nico takes a ball low, a sinking fastball that missed from the veteran right-hander, Chris Bassett. So defensively now for Toronto, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at first, Will Wagner at second. The pitch way outside, 2-1 on Nico. Ernie Clement is at short, Addison Barger at third. Davis Schneider is the left fielder, Dalton Varsho in center, and Stuart Baroa is in right. Nico on the year hitting at .256. He's got 5 home runs. Right-handed batter stands deep in the box. Bassett kicks and delivers. The 2-1 is hit on the ground. Oh, dive stop to his left by Barger. Up on his feet, throw to first in time to get Horner 1-0.
Nice play at third base, and you're wondering about the field. It is very slick. Nico hits this ball and then spins the tire and hits the ground at home plate. And, everybody's going to have some issues trying to get footing here after that hard rain.
Dansby Swanson at the plate. Bassett delivers. And Dansby looks at a strike, 0-1, a fastball. Swanson hitting at .228. He's got 9 home runs, 41 RBIs. Cubs with a 1-0 lead with 1 down, last of the second. A breaking ball low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. Bassett has had some issues over his last 6 starts, and that includes this ball game here today. He's allowed 8 home runs over his last 6 starts. That pitch way outside. 2 balls and a strike. Blue Jays with one down here in the bottom of the second inning. Chris Bassett still pitching. And Dansby Swanson due up. This rain delay lasted, what, a little bit more than 10 minutes? Somewhere in that neighborhood, Coom?
Yeah, we're there, and I'm not quite sure why we're not playing. It seems like Alan Porter, they got everybody hot. They got Bassett hot. He got out on the mound throwing from the field mound, and now I think we're going to get underway as Alan Porter's going to jog over. They needed new rosin bags. There's two different rosin bags that go out on the mound, so they needed new rosin bags. I think we are ready to start play after, I think 10 or 11 minutes for this second delay.
Yeah, the first one lasted 39 minutes. Dansby Swanson digging in. Chris Bassett on the mound. Cubs with a 1-0 lead. Bottom 2, 1 away. Plenty of sunshine now. It's partly cloudy. Wind blowing in as we speak. Swanson hitting for the first time in this ball game. The right-hander Chris Bassett deals, and the first pitch is low and outside. A sinking fastball that missed. 3-1 the count now on Dansby. Pete Crow Armstrong on deck. Righty-righty matchup. As Bassett, who works on the first base side of the rubber, works his motion. And the pitch. Line drive smoked into left center field. This will one hop off the garage door. In left center, Swanson on his way to second base. A stand-up double right out of rain delay number 2.
Now, Dansby gets a good pitch to hit. It's a little two-seamer. It ends up in the middle of the plate at the knees, and he hammers this ball. One hops the wall in left center field. So good at bat for Dansby. And I got to say, for Bassett, this, and we'll see how Steele goes and deals with this. But this has not been an easy situation for the two pitchers.
Pete Crow Armstrong at the plate. Pitch is high and outside. Ball 1. Doubles by Cubs batters are sponsored by Traffic Tech. Double up your business with Traffic Tech, the hardest working team in transport. The third baseman Barger playing in on the infield grass with Crow Armstrong at the plate. Left-handed batter. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1. The Cubs count on Granger's help to keep the ballpark running. To get the products you need, call, click Granger.com, or stop by. Granger, official partner of the Chicago Cubs and Wrigley Field. Swanson at second, 1 away. The pitch, Crow Armstrong, an awkward-looking swing and miss at a changeup. 1-2. And with 2 strikes, the third baseman Barger drops back behind the bag, wide of third. Bassett looks at second and deals. Inside, 2-2 now on PCA. Crow Armstrong's been hot, hitting .300 over his last 18 games. 3 doubles, 3 triples, a couple of home runs, 8 RBIs, 8 runs scored, 5 steals. He's been filling up the box score lately.
And now Nate Parsons warming up in the Cubs bullpen. That's what we are afraid of by having Steele go back out there, and now a second delay.
The 2-2 is popped up. Shallow right. The second baseman, Wagner, underneath it. He makes the catch. 2 away. Swanson has to stay at second base.
A little breaking ball, and I don't think Pete Armstrong has got a good look at any of the pitches from Bassett. I think he had a hard time picking up release point. Yeah, I'm seeing the pitches did not have too good of swings. And that happens sometimes when you face a guy for the first time. And you'll have to really try to lock in next time and get a good look at the first couple pitches.
Miguel Amaya bounces the first pitch he sees from Bassett. Foul off to the left. 0-1 the count. Amaya's been hot lately, riding a 5-game hitting streak, 6 for 17 during the streak. It's a .353 batting average. He homered in yesterday's ball game. 1-0 Cubs, 2 away, last of the second. Swanson at second base. Amaya waits for the 0-1. Here it comes. Low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. A slider that missed. Wind continues to blow in here at Wrigley Field. Partly cloudy at the moment, but plenty of sunshine. The pitch. is low. A check swing, did he go? No, on appeal. Jim Wolf says that Amaya did not offer at that curveball. 2-1. Amaya digs in. Right-handed batter. Feet spread wide apart. And the pitch. Called strike. Fastball at the knees, 2-2. Ian Happ on deck. Swanson at second base. Now the 2-2 delivery. A ground ball hit to first. It is knocked down by Guerrero, picks it up and jogs to the bag in time to get Amaya for out number 3. Swanson stranded on the bases. After 2, it's the Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Blue Jays on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Nico Horner. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Take your business further with the smart and flexible American Express Business Gold Card. It offers flexible spending capacity that adapts to your business. You can also earn up to $395 in annual statement credits on eligible purchases at select business merchants. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business gold card.
James Hardie knows how important your home is. That's why they made America's #1 brand of siding. Trusted by homeowners in over 10 million homes from coast to coast. Siding from James Hardie gives your home a beautiful design without compromising on durability and protection. James Hardie also knows how important it is to support your hometown and root for the home team. James Hardie, siding with your home team. Visit jameshardie.com to request more information today.
Look at your cup holder. It's empty. And you're feeling thirsty. Head to a nearby convenience store and fill it with a Pepsi Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew, or Starry. Grab a delicious, refreshing Pepsi for the road.
Lowe's knows our great paint savings mean you can get the colors you want at prices you'll love. Right now, get 20% off 1-gallon cans and 5-gallon pails of Valspar Defense paint or Cabot Stain. Shop now because it's the perfect time to maintain your deck and paint your outdoor spaces. Visit us in-store or online today because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 8/21. Selection varies by location. See store at Lowe's.com for details.
The third inning is sponsored by Grainger, official partner of the Chicago Cubs in Wrigley Field. Click Grainger.com or just stop by. Zach?
So after 2 rain delays, Ryan, Justin Steele's day is done. Pitching changes by the Cubs are sponsored by James Hardie Building Products, siding with the Cubs. That's a major advantage for the Blue Jays, as former Blue Jay Nate Pearson will face his former team for the first time since the trade with the Cubs. Hard-throwing right-hander. Addison Barger at the plate. Left-handed hitter. He swings at the first pitch, drives one to left center field. Crow Armstrong under it and makes the catch. 1 away.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for the Cubs with the second delay. And when the first delay was ending, Craig Counsell was lobbying to wait 15, 20 minutes to see. And then we did. We had another delay, and that meant Steele got up, got hot, pitched for that rest of that inning, and then sat back down to another delay. And I think the Cubs were just, they weren't going to risk any more up and down for Steele with these delays, and they've just shut him down.
George Springer looks at a fastball for a strike on the outside corner from Pearson. The next pitch is low and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. So the final line on Steele, 2 innings, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. And Steele threw 36 pitches today. The Cubs with a 1-0 lead with 1 down here in the top of the third. The next pitch is drilled deep left center field. Happ and Crow Armstrong converge. Happ near the wall makes the catch as the wind knocks it down right near the ivy. How about that? 2 away.
A ball hit high and deep. Yeah, and Ian just stays with this ball. As we talked about, the ball's still going to carry here. And as I'm looking at the flags blowing very slightly, and this ball just runs out of gas right in front of the basket in left center field.
So 2 down. Here's Dalton Varsho. And he looks at a ball outside, 1-0. 2 down, top 3. Cubs with a 1-0 lead. The next pitch is low to Varsho, a slider that missed, 2-0. Paredes, the third baseman, is playing in on the infield grass. Varsho, a left-handed batter against the right-hander Pearson. High leg kick and pitch. And a pop fly. Shallow left. Swanson giving chase. Happ coming in. Swanson near foul territory. Makes the catch for out number 3. Can't give up on anything with the wind blowing in the way it is here this afternoon at Wrigley Field. Middle 3, it's the Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Blue Jays on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Anything can happen anytime in any game right here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Lowe's sabe que el tiempo es dinero. Por eso con la app de Lowe's para Pros, puedes autorizar a un miembro de tu equipo para que haga compras en la tienda y pagar rápidamente con solo escanear un código QR. En Lowe's, ahorras tiempo en tus compras y maximizas tiempo en la obra. Todo desde la palma de tu mano con la app de Lowe's. Te ayudamos a que tu negocio sea más productivo. Baja la app de Lowe's hoy mismo. Porque Lowe's sabe de pros.
At Shirley Ryan Ability Lab, every journey is unique. From learning to walk again after a spinal cord injury to learning to speak again after a stroke. But they all have the same destination: ability. Choose the #1 rehabilitation hospital. The one with the most advanced treatments, the brightest experts, and the most referrals for the toughest cases. Choose Shirley Ryan Ability Lab.
We used to argue about whose turn it was to clean the gutters, but then I had leaf filter gutter protection installed.
Wait, I told you Leaf Filter had free inspections and estimates and a lifetime guarantee.
Meaning we never have to argue about whose turn it is to clean the gutters again.
But I visited leaffilter.com/Odyssey first.
No, I did.
It doesn't matter who. Visit leaffilter.com/Odyssey to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off today.
See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. 1 discount per household.
Ian Happ is on deck. Who's on deck is sponsored by On Deck. Need a small business loan fast? Apply today at ondeck.com. Getting set for the last of the third here at Wrigley Field. It's been a long afternoon already, thanks to 2 rain delays. The Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Blue Jays. Game 2 of a 3-game set. Happ the reason for the Cubs lead. He led off the first with a home run, a 413-foot drive to right center. And Happ looks at a strike on the outside corner, a slow-moving breaking ball from the veteran right-hander Chris Bassett. It floated into the zone. 0-1. We're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. The pitch is low and inside, 1-1.
That last pitch made Ian move his feet. Pitch inside.
Happ, a switch hitter, batting from the left side against the right-hander Bassett. Here comes the 1-1 delivery. Outside, 2-1. Happ now riding an 8-game hitting streak after that home run in the first. Hitting better than 300 during the streak. 5 home runs, 7 RBIs. Had 2 hits in yesterday's ball game, including a home run. The longest by a Cub this year. Here's the 2-1. High fly ball, a hit to deep left field. Racing back, Schneider at the track. He's got a play and makes the catch backhanded style right where the well begins. 1 away.
Little fastball down and away. Ian goes with a nice swing. Hammers this ball, and that well area gets pretty deep down the line. And Snyder makes a nice running catch. That's not the easiest play in the world for a left fielder who has not had to navigate the corner outfield spots here at Wrigley.
Michael Busch stands in, left-handed batter. Bassett delivers. And Busch looks at a ball inside, 1-0. A big thank you to Stella Blue Coffee and Barstool Big Cat for being the official coffee sponsor of Cubs Radio and providing us with a great assortment of coffee. At the Big Cat blend this morning, the 1-0. in there for a strike. A slow-moving breaking ball that floated into the zone, 1-1. Big Cat Blend is the medium roast. With each purchase of Stella Blue Coffee, proceeds go to Paws Chicago, helping pets in the Chicagoland area. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. And a breaking ball, 1-2 now on Bush.
A couple more rain delays will be doubling up on the Big Cat Blender, a little Electric Avenue.
And you can get Stella Blue Coffee everywhere, right? Mariano's, Jewel, Pick and Save, Metro Market, our booth, StellaBlueCoffee.com, or Amazon Prime.
Our booth.
Here's the 1-2. That's up high for a ball. 2-2.
Usually it's, we all kind of have a cup of coffee as you're doing it. Today, the coffee pot's been the MVP so far.
Yeah, it's been brewing.
With the delays.
Yeah. Stella Blue Coffee, great purpose, better coffee.
Rich can make a heck of a pot of coffee. I'll tell you that. Oh, boy, Rich.
Rich Wyatt, our engineer. Here's the 2-2 to Bush. Called strike 3, frozen by a cutter, 2 away.
Well, high cutter, that's kind of the MO of Bassett. Ball goes one way or the other. Either he sinks it, or I shouldn't say sink it, but run it or cut it at the top of the zone. This pitch up out of the strike zone, but he got the call. Borderline pitch a little high to Bush, but he ends up punching out.
Now the batters Seiya Suzuki. A pitch is low. 1-0 the count. Two away here in the bottom of the third inning. The Cubs with a 1-0 lead.
See that last pitch?
Apparently it was low.
Oh, no.
I know. The 1-0 is way outside. 2-0 the count.
It was literally right down the middle.
Yeah, well, Brian Blakeney missed it.
I don't know. Yeah, if he, and sometimes catcher will block you out.
Maybe that was the case.
Happen.
Yeah.
It could.
Umpires are human, too. Here comes the 2-0 delivery to Seiya. He fists one foul out of play off to the right. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talk Cubs with us on the Bernstein and Holmes Show, weekdays 10 a.m. until 2 on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network, WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Alongside Ron Coomer, Zach Zaidman in for Pat. Bottom 3, 1-0 Cubs. Suzuki waits for the 2-1, and he looks at a strike on the outside corner from Chris Bassett. 2-2 the count.
Yeah, pitch right at the top of the zone, and Suzuki took it for a strike. He's staying right up at the top.
Seiya walked in the first, and the pitch. And a high fly ball hit to deep left, but it is playable for Schneider, who now comes in short of the track, makes the catch for out number 3. Cubs go down in order here in the third. We head to the fourth. Cubs 1, Toronto 0 on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Justin Steele. Listen to every game here on Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Take your business further with the smart and flexible American Express Business Gold Card. You can earn 4 times points on your top 2 eligible spending categories every month, like transit, U.S. restaurants, and gas stations. That's the powerful backing of American Express. 4 times points on up to $150,000 in purchases per year. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/businessgoldcard.
James Hardie Building Products knows how important your home is, and it's why their Harding Siding is the #1 brand of siding in America. Trusted by homeowners and pros on over 10 million homes from coast to coast, Hardie Fiber Cement Siding gives homes lasting beauty with industry-leading protection against fire, water, pest, and more. James Hardie has everything you need to get started, from free siding samples, personalized 3D home renders, and a contractor network to quote your project. Visit jameshardie.com today to request more information.
Look at your cup holder. It's empty. And you're feeling thirsty. Head to a nearby convenience store and fill it with a Pepsi Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew, or Starry. Grab a delicious, refreshing Pepsi for the road.
Lowe's knows our great paint savings mean you can get the colors you want at prices you'll love. Right now, get 20% off 1-gallon cans and 5-gallon pails of Valspar Defense paint or Cabot Stain. Shop now because it's the perfect time to maintain your deck and paint your outdoor spaces. Visit us in-store or online today because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 8/21. Selection varies by location. See store at Lowe's.com for details.
The fourth inning is sponsored by Wintrust, the exclusive home of Cubs checking. Zach?
Ryan, thank you very much. We begin the top half of the fourth inning here at Wrigley Field. Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Blue Jays. The dangerous Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at the plate. Nate Pearson deals, and that's a strike. Fastball clocked at 96 miles per hour, right down the middle. Pearson, a one-time first-round pick of the Blue Jays back in 2017. Here's the 0-1. Guerrero looks at strike two. A 97-mile-per-hour heater from Pearson. Huge expectations when Toronto drafted him because of that big arm, but it never quite materialized the way Toronto or Pearson hoped. Here's the 0-2. Bounced in the dirt. Slider that badly missed, 1-2 the count. So the Cubs acquired Pearson at the deadline via a trade, and they hope with some work in the pitch lab the rest of this season into the offseason that they can help Pearson reach his full potential. Righty-righty matchup. Here's the 1-2. Guerrero bounces one on the left side, foul. Pearson is a member of the Cubs. He's pitching in his sixth ball game. He's 1-0 with a 3.68 ERA. Overall in his career, 8-4 with a 5+ ERA. Guerrero swings and lines one past a diving Horner to right center field. This will roll all the way near the track. Sliding stop by Bellinger. Throw to second. There's going to be a play. Nope, not in time. As Guerrero slides in safely with a double.
And that's how you end up hitting well over 300. You can be a guy with power, and that pitch is inner half from the middle, and he goes the other way with it. Nico dives for this ball, can't come up with it, and it's hit so hard it goes into the gap. Belly has to slide to try to stop it from going to the ivy. And we've talked about Guerrero and, the much leaner version of Guerrero now, and he ends up flying into second base with a head-first dive for a double.
The cleanup man, Alejandro Kirk, at the plate, looks at a ball up high from Pearson, 1-0.
That ball was absolutely tattooed to right center field on the line.
The exit velocity, 111 miles per hour on that shot by Guerrero. Here's the 1-0 delivery. That's inside to Kirk, a slider that missed, 2-0. Got to play the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking. 2-0 the count. Pearson peers in, gets the sign from Amaya, looks at second. That's where Guerrero is. And the 2-0. Inside again to Kirk. 3 balls, no strikes.
Big fastball, 98 miles an hour, just flew open just a little bit, and that ball ran in on Kirk, just in off the plate.
Righty-righty matchup. Here's the 3-0. That's called strike. Another fastball, 3-1. So do you want to make a guess? Or should we let the second row go first?
You're in the big chair today.
I feel like we should reward Ryan Porth for his work during both rain delays.
So that means you're going to ask him to go first?
Yeah, here's the 3-1. That is low and outside, ball 4. So the Blue Jays mounting something here in the top half of the fourth inning. Men at first and second, no one out. Cubs with a 1-0 lead. And we're going to let Ryan Porth lead off the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game.
40,215. 40,215.
40,215 is the guess from Ryan Porth. We'll wait for Rich Wyatt, our talented engineer, to make his guess next. Ernie Clement at the plate. He swings and pops it up. Right side foul territory near the coach's box. It's Bush now drifting over to the first base dugout and makes the catch right near the railing for out number 1. As Clement is retired, it'll bring up Will Wagner with 2 on and 1 away. Cubs with a 1-0 lead here in the top of the fourth.
Now the wind really not blowing all that hard here at Wrigley. It's blowing in, but slightly. And because of that, that ball stayed in the field of play. Cubs catch a break there. Bushy makes a nice catch right out in front of the Toronto dugout.
Now the batter, Will Wagner, left-handed hitter, is 0 for 1 today. And the pitch. Called strike on the outside corner and 95-mile-per-hour heater. All right, Rich, what's your guess?
I'm going to go 39,500.
39,500. Pearson works on the first base side of the rubber. He looks at second and deals. Low and inside to Wagner, a slider that missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Whom do you want to go, or should I make a guess here?
I will go 38,000.
All right. Pearson is ready. He sets at the belt. Here's the 1-1. Called strike. Slow-moving breaking ball that floated into the zone. 1-2 now on
That was
Wagner.
good hook. That's the best one he's thrown so far. That one was fluid and easy, and it snapped out of his fingers. That one had good downward tilt to it.
Then at first and second. 1 away. Here's the 1-2. In the dirt, nicely blocked by Amaya. The runners stay where they are. Guerrero at second base and Kirk at first. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The count on Wagner. I'm going to go 39,000. So the guesses are in. Good luck, everyone, in the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game.
I can say this. The ballpark is packed. The rooftops are packed. Everybody is stuck around post-rain delays.
That pitch up high, a full count on Wagner.
Had about 50 minutes of rain delays. 39 minutes the first one, and then, 10 minutes, 12 minutes or so for the second one.
But it's beautiful right now. Here's the payoff pitch. Just outside, apparently, according to the home plate umpire, Ryan Blakey. Man, that was close. Ball 4.
No, that's a strike. That one's got all of the strike zone.
So now the bases are loaded for Toronto after Wagner draws the walk. And Cubs pitching coach Tommy Hotovy will walk out to the mound to have a conversation with the young right-hander Nate Pearson. And some of the Cubs infielders are joining in. Michael Bush, Dansby Swanson, and the catcher Miguel Amaya out there as well.
That last pitch, you got to get that. That ball's got to be called a strike. You can't miss pitches like that. He's missed a couple of them that have been just blatant misses. Just not good.
Only 1 out near the top of the 4th. The Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Blue Jays, but Toronto threatening. Bases loaded. Davis Schneider at the plate. And the pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. Fastball, 97 miles per hour.
Now you could use a ground ball. See if you can get a one-hopper to third or short. See if you can get out of this inning.
Schneider flat out to right in his first at-bat. The pitch. Drilled down the left field line and hooking foul out of play. It did not have home run distance. 0-2.
Snyder on that fastball. He was ready for it. Pulled the trigger a little early. Just hit a line drive, but quite a bit foul.
Schneider on this players' weekend using a bright neon green bat. And the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Pearson gets Schneider with a slider, 2 away.
Excellent pitch, good breaking ball, great location down and away. Snyder pulls off that one quite a bit. And that is out number 2 and a big strikeout here in this inning.
Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are sponsored by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Own every mile in a brand new Hyundai. Stuart Baroa at the plate, switch hitter batting from the left side now, and he looks at a ball outside, 1-0. Baroa entered the game in the second. Here's the 1-0. Baroa hits a high fly ball deep right. Bellinger going back on the track. He's got a play and makes the catch for out number 3. And Pearson gets out of the jam as the Blue Jays leave the bases loaded in the top of the 4th. Middle 4, Cubs 1, Toronto 0 on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Chicago Cubs memories are made right here with Pat, Ron, and Zach on the Cubs Radio Network.
Take your business further with the smart and flexible American Express Business Gold Card. It offers flexible spending capacity that adapts to your business. You can also earn up to $395 in annual statement credits on eligible purchases at select business merchants. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business gold card.
James Hardy Building Products knows how important your home is, and it's why their Harding Siding is the #1 brand of siding in America. Trusted by homeowners and pros on over 10 million homes from coast to coast, Hardy Fiber Cement Siding gives homes lasting beauty with industry-leading protection against fire, water, pest, and more. James Hardy has everything you need to get started, from free siding samples, personalized 3D home renders, and a contractor network to quote your project. Visit jameshardy.com today to request more information.
Look at your cup holder. It's empty. And you're feeling thirsty. Head to a nearby convenience store and fill it with a Pepsi Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew, or Starry. Grab a delicious, refreshing Pepsi for the road.
Hey, Tinley Park, looking for low prices on grocery favorites? Meet your new Amazon Fresh grocery store. Get ready to celebrate our grand opening on August 22nd at 8 a.m. with giveaways, Amazon.com gift cards, and more. Whether you're picking up this week's grocery haul or today's hot lunch, Amazon Fresh is your spot to save big. Find savings as far as the aisle can see at your new Amazon Fresh store, opening soon in Tinley Park on South Harlem Avenue.
The out-of-town scoreboard is fueled by Citgo Tri-Clean Gasoline. When you start with Citgo, you are good to go. The Pirates beat the Mariners 7-2 earlier this afternoon in Pittsburgh. The Tigers blanked the Yankees 4-0 in Detroit. Zach?
Thank you very much, Ryan. What a moment during the half inning here as Ryne Sandberg, the Cubs Hall of Famer, received an ovation unlike any other. They played part of the interview he did earlier this week on 670 The Scores. Cody Bellinger digs in. Chris Bassett deals, and that pitch is high and tight for ball one. Cubs with a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the fourth inning. But that interview on The Score where Rhino announced that he was cancer-free and was able to ring the bell. Here's the 1-0. Taken for a strike, 1-1 now. A slider that spins into the zone. Just a great moment.
Yeah, great to see Rhino here. And obviously, these last couple days, we've all heard his story and a lot of stories here this weekend. But a great one for Rhino. And saw that this morning. And I wasn't, early in the morning, I just popped the computer up and I saw him, his wife, with ringing the bell. And I thought, now that's.
Yeah. It's enough to make you emotional, no question about it. But congratulations, Rhino, cancer survivor. Bellinger waits for the 1-2 delivery. Here it comes inside. 2-2. Cub fans showing their support moments ago in the commercial break for Rhino, who's shown up on the big video screen. He's in attendance here today. Bellinger waits for the 2-2. Here it comes. That low check swing. Did he go? Yeah, that's a strike, says the third base umpire, Sean Barber, on appeal. Bellinger can't believe it, just looks up at the sky in disbelief. One away.
Take another look here in the booth, and on the monitor. I did not think in live action that he went, but he did go. And Barber got the call right.
So one down, it'll bring up Isaac Paredes. Cubs right in the heart of their lineup. Sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Book a low fare today at southwest.com. 1-0 Cubs. Here in the fourth, the pitch to Paredes is low. 1-0. Bassett missing with a change. League leaders are sponsored by the Village of New Lenox, leading the way in residential and economic development. Bobby Witt Jr. of the Royals leading the majors in batting average, hitting .352. Bassett kicks and fires. And Paredes swings, drives one deep left, racing over. Schneider near the track in the corner, makes the catch for out number 2. How about Aaron Judge? 44 home runs now to go along with 111 RBIs for the Yankees, both leading the majors. And Ellie De La Cruz has 59 stolen bases.
Yeah, when you think about Judge and what he is doing, and we still got, we still got 39 games left, and counting today's game for the Cubs. So, he's still got a bunch of ball games left. And
Nico Horner stands in. And looks at a strike on the outside corner, a splitter from Bassett, 0-1. Ian Happ, a first inning home run. Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Blue Jays. Here with 2 down in the last of the fourth, a game that's already featured 2 rain delays. Here's the 0-1. Fisted foul off to the right. 0-2. But it's beautiful right now. A lot of blue sky. It's partly cloudy, but much more blue.
Other than looking at the warning track where you see a little bit of standing water in right front of the 368 mark and down in the well, there's just a little bit of water. Other than that, you'd really not know that there was a rain delay. And I mean, it came pouring down in the second inning. And then we had another delay of 10 minutes, but feel in great shape. Great job by the Cubs grounds crew to really work a little bit of overtime today as Nico takes that one for a ball. These days, I feel for those guys, man. They're getting that tarp on and off and getting the infield dirt prepared to play. They've had to do that multiple times today.
The 1-2 swing and a miss, strike 3 as Bassett gets Horner with a slider. Cubs go down in order here in the fourth. We head to the fifth. The Cubs with a 1-0 lead over Toronto on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen to every Cubs game all season long right here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Take your business further with the smart and flexible American Express Business Gold Card. It offers flexible spending capacity that adapts to your business. You can also earn up to $395 in annual statement credits on eligible purchases at select business merchants. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business gold card.
James Hardie Building Products knows how important your home is, and it's why their Harding Siding is the #1 brand of siding in America. Trusted by homeowners and pros on over 10 million homes from coast to coast, Hardie Fiber Cement Siding gives homes lasting beauty with industry-leading protection against fire, water, pest, and more. James Hardie has everything you need to get started, from free siding samples, personalized 3D home renders, and a contractor network to quote your project. Visit jameshardie.com today to request more information.
Look at your cup holder. It's empty. And you're feeling thirsty. Head to a nearby convenience store and fill it with a Pepsi Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew, or Starry. Grab a delicious, refreshing Pepsi for the road.
Tuesday, August 20th is it Italian Heritage Night at Wrigley Field. Fans who purchase tickets at Cubs.com/specials will receive a limited edition Cubs and Italian flag cap. Also, the Potawatomi Casino Hotel 5th inning. Light up your senses. Zach?
Thanks, Ryan. We begin the top half of the 5th inning. It's the Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Blue Jays. A reminder, you can listen to every moment of Cubs baseball when you're in the Chicagoland area for free on the Odyssey app. Download the app and search 670 The Score, an emotional moment here at Wrigley during the commercial break. Both teams, the Cubs and Blue Jays, lined up along first base and third base lines respectively and held up signs that say, "I stand up for," and then whoever they know that's been fighting cancer, as this is Stand Up to Cancer weekend here at Wrigley Field. As the Cubs have called this weekend Cubs for a Cure. They've raised a lot of money so far and looking for a little bit more, this great cause to try and end this dreaded disease. Cubs have a new man on the mound. Tyson Miller takes over. He's the third pitcher of the afternoon. Justin Steele started, but Steele left after 2 innings because of those 2 rain delays. Nate Pearson then pitched 2 innings, and now Miller, the right-hander, takes over with Barger, Springer, and Varsho due up for Toronto here in the 5th. The Cubs with a 1-0 lead after an Ian Happ leadoff home run in the first. Cubs have just 2 hits today. The Blue Jays with just 1, a double by Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in the 4th.
Yeah. Tyson Miller getting a little extra time. Kind of warm up here in this inning.
Pitching changes by Cubs opponents are sponsored by James Hardie Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Barger will dig in. Left-handed hitter against the right-hander Miller. We'd like to remind you that the pitch clock is powered by Work Zone Safety. Make sure you follow Work Zone signs. It's not a game. Archer flat out to center his first time up. Righty-lefty. Here's the pitch by Miller. Outside, ball one. This is game 2 of a 3-game weekend set between the Cubs and Blue Jays. Cubs won on a walk-off in the 10th yesterday. Here's the 1-0. Called strike. Fastball by Miller, 1-1. Barger hitting at 172 on the year. And the pitch. Pulled on the ground to first. Fielded on a belt-high hop by Bush. He jives to the bag. 1 away.
Good pitch by Miller. A little kind of crossfire the way he throws, but that pitch stays away. It does not come back over to the plate. Stays on the outer edge of the strike zone and just gets the little rollover to Hopper to Michael Bush at first for the first out of the inning.
The first out sponsored by Xfinity. Stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live once. George Springer looks at a ball inside, a fastball that missed from Miller.
And we're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs.
The 1-0 is outside. 2-0 now on Springer. The DH this afternoon for the Blue Jays. Flied out to deep left center field. The wind knocking down that high fly ball to give Happ an opportunity to catch it in the third. Here's the 2-0. And a high fly ball hit to center field. Crow Armstrong racing over toward right center, and he makes the catch just on the edge of the track for out number 2.
And a few well-struck baseballs by Springer. He's had probably close to 800 feet where the fly balls today, and 2 right turns.
You've lived it. It's got to be so frustrating for a hitter on a day like today with the wind blowing in. Dalton Varsho at the plate. He swings and misses.
I'm looking at the wind. I don't think the wind has a lot of effect on the baseball today. I think it has a little if it's really hot. But the balls that he's hit, the line drives, like the Happ home run, I don't necessarily think comparatively to how the wind can affect Wrigley Field. Today is typical Midwest day where it's, there's a little bit of wind coming. Nothing major.
That last pitch low and inside. Count now 1-1 with Varsho at the plate. Miller deals. Outside, 2-1. But it's definitely different than yesterday where the wind was whipping out, and boy, did the Cubs take advantage of that. Hitting 4 home runs. And the pitch. Varsho pulls one foul out of play off to the right. 2-2.
Varsho with 15 home runs, 51 driven in.
28 years old. Son of former Cub Gary Varsho. The pitch. Bouncing ball to first, fielded by Bush. His toss to Miller is in time to get Varsho, who dove head first into the bag. That was a very close play, and the Blue Jays are going to elect to challenge.
Yeah, this is one of those plays. Tyson Miller is a little slow getting off the mound, and Varsho goes flying into first, and Varsho's going to be safe at first base. He does go head first into the bag, left hand into the bag on the outside part of the bag, and he is going to be safe. This is going to be a very quick review. And tell you what, we've talked about him before and the hustle that he brings. And, he's a guy that can catch and play center field. And you just don't see a lot of that in our league. And he is going to be safe at first.
They're taking a second look. A second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. We're waiting for the crew chief, Alan Porter. Here he is.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is safe. Toronto will retain their challenge.
All right, so you called it, Coom. The call's been overturned. And Varsho is safe at first. And it'll bring up Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Now, if you're looking to teach your young folks how to play the game, that's a good example right there. That's just all-out baseball, trying to get yourself a base hit and get on base for your team.
Varsho has 10 stolen bases. Guerrero waits. Miller sets and deals. High fly ball, a hit to right center field. Playable for Crow Armstrong. Calling off Bellinger. He makes the catch for out number 3. Varsho stranded at first. Middle 5. Cubs 1. Blue Jays nothing. On the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
This is your home for Cubs baseball all season long. This is the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Take your business further with the smart and flexible American Express Business Gold Card. It offers flexible spending capacity that adapts to your business. You can also earn up to $395 in annual statement credits on eligible purchases at select business merchants. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business gold card.
James Hardie Building Products knows how important your home is, and it's why their Harding Siding is the #1 brand of siding in America. Trusted by homeowners and pros on over 10 million homes from coast to coast, Hardie Fiber Cement Siding gives homes lasting beauty with industry-leading protection against fire, water, pest, and more. James Hardie has everything you need to get started, from free siding samples, personalized 3D home renders, and a contractor network to quote your project. Visit jameshardie.com today to request more information.
Look at your cup holder. It's empty. And you're feeling thirsty. Head to a nearby convenience store and fill it with a Pepsi Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew, or Starry. Grab a delicious, refreshing Pepsi for the road.
Should we go electric?
I think we should go electrified with Toyota.
Electrified?
Electrified means options.
So electrified looks different for everyone.
Yup, and with more options for reducing carbon emissions, Toyota is electrified diversified.
Learn more about our Beyond Zero vision for the future at toyota.com/Beyond Zero.
Lowe's knows our great paint savings mean you can get the colors you want at prices you'll love. Right now, get 20% off 1-gallon cans and 5-gallon pails of Valspar Defense paint or Cabot Stain. Shop now because it's the perfect time to maintain your deck and paint your outdoor spaces. Visit us in-store or online today because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 8/21. Selection varies by location. See store at Lowe's.com for details.
Getting set for the bottom of the 5th inning here at Wrigley Field. The Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Blue Jays. It's game 2 of a 3-game set. Chris Bassett still out there for Toronto. A veteran right-hander survived both rain delays. Justin Steele did not. He was removed after 2 innings. Dansby Swanson at the plate. He swings at the first pitch and loops a base hit into right field. It'll look like a hard hit line drive in the box score. That's Swanson's 2nd hit of the ballgame.
For all those balls Dansby hit to the warning track, high deep flies, line outs. He's baseball owes him a few, and he just cashed in on one there. So that is good. And double plays turned by the Cubs today. They're sponsored by Nissan. They make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today at Nissan.
Beat Crow Armstrong at the plate, shows bunt, pulls it back, takes a strike on the outside corner. A splitter from Bassett. Boy, Barger, the third baseman, is playing way in on the infield grass. You've done that. How much courage do you need?
No, you're all right. You're close, that's for sure. But the thing that it does is it changes the defensive positioning for everybody.
Here's the 0-1. He shows bunt and bunts it in the direction of second base. It's an infield single for Pete Crow Armstrong. He bunted it to the right of the mound past the pitcher, and there was a brief collision as Bassett and the second baseman Wagner collided about halfway between first and second base. Everyone's safe.
It's an excellent bunt when you start, looking at the defensive alignment and Wagner cheating in, but cheating over towards first base where he's going to take the bag. Well, Guerrero never did charge, and this bunt is at the second base position, not the bag. And excellent bunt. Bassett never does see Wagner coming in to field the ball. And the thing is, there was no communication on that play between Wagner and the pitcher. You have to call the ball and make some kind of noise. They did not. Bassett falls over the top of Wagner, the second baseman, and it's a base hit. Excellent bunt by Pete Crow Armstrong.
So Swanson at second, Crow Armstrong at first. There's a meeting on the mound. Pete Walker, the Blue Jays pitching coach, out there having a conversation with the entire Toronto infield. And catcher Alejandro Kirk, along with the veteran right-hander Chris Bassett. How much of that was strategy and how much of that is just giving the pitcher an opportunity to recollect himself after that play?
That's 100% about letting him just kind of regroup. Whenever your pitcher, I've always felt this, whenever your pitcher is running around the field trying to make a play on defense and it's not routine, go to the mound and talk to him and let him regroup. That's like an absolute.
All right, Miguel Amaya at the plate. 2 on, no one out. The corner infielders are charging, looking bunt. Amaya shows bunt and bunts it at first. Guerrero fires to third. There's one. The throw back to first, not in time to get Amaya, but the lead man, Swanson, erased from the bases. Crow Armstrong now at second base, and Amaya at first.
Bassett, he's had a lot going on in this inning. This ball gets bunted, and Guerrero does a good job of charging this ball, making a nice play, and throws a strike to third. And then the return throw back to first, a little up the first base line. But Bassett has to hit the deck because he gets low bridged by Guerrero's bullet to third base. Berger with a nice play, just a little wild on the throw, or else Toronto would have had a double play.
Men at first and second, 1 away. Bottom 5, Ian Happ at the plate. He waits. Here's the pitch. Taken for a strike. 0-1. It was a slow-moving breaking ball. It nipped the outside portion of the plate from Bassett. The bunt single by Pete Crow Armstrong earlier is a reminder that bunts by Cubs batters are sponsored by Fireplace and Chimney Authority. Visit online or their Elmhurst and Lyle showrooms. The 0-1 and a bluff throw now to second base by Bassett. Pete Crow Armstrong gets back. Happ switch hitter batting from the left side against the right-hander, Bassett. Who deals? Low and inside. 1-1 the count.
This is going to be one of those ball games for Bassett. He's going to look back. I tip my hat to him. He's been out on the mound. He's experienced 2 delays. He's hit the deck once, falling over the second baseman, then gets low bridged by a pitch.
Happ swings and fouls it out of play the other way, off to the left, 1-2.
Yeah, and this was one of those things, where the guy wants the pitch, right? He wants to stay out there and keep going. He's only down 1-0.
Happ digs in. The count 1-2. It appears as though Bassett is calling his pitches via the PitchCom device attached to the right side of his belt. Now Happ calls time, steps out of the box, adjusts his batting gloves, taps home plate with his 2-tone bat, and digs in. Crow Armstrong at second, Amaya at first. 1 away. 1-2 the count, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Happ retired. 2 away.
What I think is happening is the pitches are getting called, and he is off the rubber. And he does not like taking the sign or getting the sign while he's on the rubber. And then, because once he toes the rubber, I think he's got a routine now with this pitch clock. So we'll see. If he doesn't like the pitch that's called, he will adjust it. But he is shaking his head a couple times and now he's shaking up and down like, I like that one. So I think he just doesn't like taking the sign on the rubber.
Michael Busch hits one in the air, deep center field, going back. Varsho at the wall, leaps. It's off his glove. 1 run is in as Crow Armstrong scores. Around third and racing home is Amaya. On his way to third base with a 2-run triple is Michael Busch, sliding in safely. Cubs extend the lead, now up 3-0 over the Blue Jays. Michael Busch delivers.
Big swing of the bat for Michael Busch. He gets his pitch, little backdoor hook. and bangs it to straightaway center field. Varsho, who's only 5'8", leaps up, and this ball hits right at the base of the basket in straightaway center. Varsho misses this ball by a matter of a couple inches. It bangs off the ivy in the wall. Triple, 2-run score.
Seiya Suzuki at the plate, and he looks at a strike from Bassett. 2 away, Bush at third after the 2-run triple. And the Cubs with a 3-0 lead. Here's the 0-1. Seiya fouls it back off the screen. Triples by Cubs batters. A reminder that with that triple, Scott Levy's Rosen Hyundai of Algonquin will donate to Northern Illinois Food Bank. Visit solvehungertoday.org.
Oh, what a swing by Michael Bush. Just a little backdoor slider. Outer third, and he hammered that ball to straightaway center.
Now the 0-2. High and outside to Seiya. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Anytime a Cub is safe at the plate, it's sponsored by Grainger. Think safety, think Grainger. Bush now with 47 RBIs on the year. The 1-2. A tapper foul off to the left. Seiya did not mean to swing at that pitch. It was a check swing, and he made contact, so they'll do it again. Suzuki, the designated hitter this afternoon. Designated hitters for the Cubs are sponsored by Fireplace and Chimney Authority. Visit online or their Elmhurst and Lisle showrooms. Wind blowing in. 1-2 the count. 2 away. Bottom 5. Cubs with a 3-0 lead. And the pitch. Called strike 3. Cutter on the outside corner. Seiya thought it was outside. That's out number 3, but a productive 5th for the Cubs thanks to Michael Bush's 2-run triple. 3-0 Cubs after 5 on the score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Jamison Tyone. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Take your business further with the smart and flexible American Express Business Gold Card. It offers flexible spending capacity that adapts to your business. You can also earn up to $395 in annual statement credits on eligible purchases at select business merchants. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business gold card.
James Hardie Building Products knows how important your home is, and it's why their Harding Siding is the #1 brand of siding in America. Trusted by homeowners and pros on over 10 million homes from coast to coast, Hardie Fiber Cement Siding gives homes lasting beauty with industry-leading protection against fire, water, pest, and more. James Hardie has everything you need to get started, from free siding samples, personalized 3D home renders, and a contractor network to quote your project. Visit jameshardie.com today to request more information.
Look at your cup holder. It's empty, and you're feeling thirsty. Head to a nearby convenience store and fill it with a Pepsi Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew, or Starry. Grab a delicious, refreshing Pepsi for the road.
Today's Woodman's home run inning contestant is Deborah Broderick from Orland Park, who will win the Woodman's gift card jackpot of $500 if a North Sider hits a home run this inning. You can enter with a QR code at any Chicago area Woodman's. Good luck, Deborah. Today's Woodman's home run inning contestant, service and savings. That's Woodman's. Alejandro Kirk looks at a strike, a fastball from the new Cub right-hander, Julian Merriweather, here in the top half of the 6th inning. The Cubs with a 3-0 lead. Ian Happ, a leadoff shot in the 1st. And Michael Bush, a 2-run triple in the 5th. The pitch. Inside, 1-1 now on Kirk. Merriweather is the 4th pitcher of the game for the Cubs this afternoon. Justin Steele started, only went 2 innings because we've already had 2 rain delays this afternoon. The pitch is low and outside, 2-1 the count as Merriweather misses with a slider. Merriweather on the year, 1-1, 5+ ERA, 11 games. The pitch. Kirk swings and fouls it out of play off to the right. 2-2. Game 2 of a 3-game set between the Cubs and Blue Jays. It's just Toronto's third ever trip to Wrigley Field. Kirk is 0 for 1 with a walk. Right-handed batter. It's out of a crouch. And the pitch. Foul back off the screen. Count remains 2-2. Cubs are in a unique stretch where they're playing the second of 18 straight games against sub-500 teams. This weekend against Toronto, then 3 against Detroit here at Wrigley. Cubs then hit the road, playing Miami, Pittsburgh, and Washington before returning home to play Pittsburgh again. Cubs will not face another winning team until September 6th here at Wrigley Field against the New York Yankees. So if you're going to make a run, now is the time to do it.
Yeah, you looked at the schedule, and even early in the year, and, everybody, you kind of realize once you see spring training a little bit, but you knew that you might have a chance to face some teams that weren't going to be division leaders.
As Kirk fouls it back out of play, 2-2.
So, that's why, you looked at that trade deadline and you looked at what's happening in our game, and you go, well, maybe this is the time where the Cubs can make another run and really make a sprint to the finish line.
The 2-2 hit high in the air, deep center field. Carl Armstrong drifting back. He's at the track and makes the catch. About halfway on the track, just to the left of dead center. Kirk retired. One away. The first out is sponsored by Xfinity. Stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live once.
And we use that term a lot. I had a chance to talk to Craig Counsell. We even talked about it on his manager's show yesterday a little bit. But when you talk about making the sprint to the finish line, and you got, 39 more games or whatever it is for each team.
Ernie Clement lines one right into the glove of Swanson at short on the edge of the outfield grass. 2 away.
Really, the sprint to the finish line is mainly for the position players, because I think in today's game, and this is the way it should be, pitching is availability in that is what it is. And I don't think you can push too hard on pitchers and bullpen guys in particular as that pitch misses wide, to pitch when they're really not ready to go because of work, right? I mean, you've gone 2-3 days in a row, you're shut down for a day. To ask for the 4th day, you really don't even ask. How are you doing? If the pitcher comes in and says, I can go, then you go. But the sprint, when we talk about that, is mainly for the position players, and we're seeing basically the same lineup from Craig Counsell every day now for the last couple of weeks.
Wagner looks at a strike on the outer half, 2-1 the count, a fastball from Merriweather. 2 down here in the top of the 6th inning. Cubs with a 3-0 lead. Cubs have won 9 of their last 14. And during that time, averaging nearly 5.5 runs per game. Here's the 2-1 to Wagner. Swing and a miss. And a blazing 97-mile-per-hour heater from Merriweather. The count now 2-2.
Wagner this season had a great year in AAA, hitting .315 with 6 home runs for second baseman. But he better turn up the volume a little bit.
And he lines one for a base hit the other way to left.
Well, that's what you try to do as a hitter. When a guy's throwing that hard, is you try to get things going a little early, use the other side of the diamond, and that's exactly what Wagner did on that 97-mile-an-hour fastball.
And now in his 4th game of the big leagues, he is 8 for 14. He came up in the Astros organization and traded at the deadline in that big Yusei Kikuchi deal. The pitch to Davis Schneider is taken for a strike, a slider that spins into the zone, 0-1. 2 away, top 6, a man at first in Wagner. He's got good speed, being held on by Bush. Cubs with a 3-0 lead. And the pitch. Foul back by Schneider, 0-2. You remember when Davis Schneider was called up and made his big league debut last year. 28th round pick, 2017. He had an unbelievable debut, a 13-15 OPS through his first 25 career games, as that pitch is high and tight, 1-2. That OPS through the first 25 games, the highest marked by any major leaguer in the modern era since 1901, and he had a home run in his first at-bat. Right-handed batter hits out of a crouch. The 1-2 is high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. This year, he's hitting at just .204, including 0 for 2 here this afternoon. Merriweather sets, kicks, and fires. Awkward looking swing and miss. Strike 3 at a slider low. And that ends the top half of the 6th inning. Wagner stranded at first. Middle 6, Cubs 3, Blue Jays nothing on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
This is your home for Cubs baseball all season long. This is the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Take your business further with the smart and flexible American Express Business Gold Card. It offers flexible spending capacity that adapts to your business. You can also earn up to $395 in annual statement credits on eligible purchases at select business merchants. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business gold card.
James Hardie knows how important your home is. That's why they made America's #1 brand of siding. Trusted by homeowners in over 10 million homes from coast to coast. Siding from James Hardie gives your home a beautiful design without compromising on durability and protection. James Hardie also knows how important it is to support your hometown and root for the home team. James Hardie, siding with your home team. Visit jameshardie.com to request more information today.
Look at your cup holder. It's empty. And you're feeling thirsty. Head to a nearby convenience store and fill it with a Pepsi Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew, or Starry. Grab a delicious, refreshing Pepsi for the road.
Lowe's knows our great paint savings mean you can get the colors you want at prices you'll love. Right now, get 20% off 1-gallon cans and 5-gallon pails of Valspar Defense paint or Cabot Stain. Shop now because it's the perfect time to maintain your deck and paint your outdoor spaces. Visit us in-store or online today because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 8/21. Selection varies by location. See store at Lowe's.com for details.
Cody Bellinger is on deck. Who's on Deck is sponsored by On Deck. Need a small business loan fast? Apply today at ondeck.com. Last of the 6th inning here at Wrigley Field. The Cubs with a 3-0 lead over the Blue Jays, and Toronto's got a new man on the mound. The right-hander Zach Pop takes over. 27 years old, 6'4", 220 pounds. Works on the extreme first base side of the rubber. The left-hander Bellinger digs in, and the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Bellinger on this Players Weekend. Is he using a bat coom that looks like a pencil?
Bellinger?
Yeah. I can't quite make it out from way up here.
I don't think so. It's definitely a designer bat, but I don't know about a pencil.
He swings and misses. It's two-toned. It's yellow where the barrel is, and it's a dark color. Looks like black from up here where the handle is.
Could be a table leg.
Taking a look at the TV monitor. It looks like a used pencil if it's supposed to look like a pencil, which is not a good thing. Here comes the 1-1. Bellinger taps it foul at the plate, 1-2.
And all opponents' pitching changes. They're sponsored by Sloan while Zach figures out what that bat is. Official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com.
It's definitely not a pencil. Here comes the 1-2 delivery. An emergency hack that's fouled back off the screen, 1-2. Basically, that just meant that Bellinger lunged at a pitch off the outside, a fastball to make contact and stay alive. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here comes the 1-2. And a line drive hit to shallow right. Coming in is the right fielder, Baroa, fighting the sun. Makes the catch almost in a squatting position, angling toward the line for out number 1.
Baroa comes in. He never really does have a good beat on this ball. He's fighting the sun the whole way. And he does a good job of trying to maneuver his body so the ball can stay out of the direct sun, and does a really nice job of navigating that and making the catch.
So one down. Here's Isak Paredes. And he looks at a strike from Pop.
For guys that have not played here at Wrigley Field, and, he plays his games, a lot of them, with a roof in Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
That's not an easy play, and he made it very well.
3-0 Cubs. Here's the pitch. Low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Paredes. Chris Bassett started, went the first 5 innings, navigating through a couple of rain delays. 3 runs allowed, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, 5 hits, I should say. Here's the pitch. And that's called strike on the outside corner. A fastball from Pop at 96 mph, 1-2 to count.
See, now a name like Pop should be a hitter, right? I bet he was a hitter in his day and earlier, and figured out he could throw the ball 96 miles an hour and went, yeah,
let's change the program, right? He's a native Canadian from Brampton, Ontario. The pitch, called strike 3. As Pop gets Paredes with a fastball on the outside corner. 2 away.
A little crossfire, kind of 3-quarter delivery. When a guy releases the ball from around shoulder level and his arm out, he's going to crossfire you, and that ball is going to come back towards the right-handed hitter or back to the outside corner. That's exactly what that last one does for strike 3.
Nico Horner at the plate. He fouls one back. 0-1. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen to the Cubs game in FM quality at 104.3 HD2 FM on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network. We are WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Here comes the 0-1 to Nico, and he loops one to shallow right. Going back, Wagner, and the first baseman, Guerrero, who makes an over-the-shoulder catch, and at the same motion avoids a collision with Wagner for out number 3. A nifty play by the Blue Jays first baseman. Cubs go down in order here in the bottom of the 6th inning. We head to the 7th. The Cubs with a 3-0 lead on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take your business further with the smart and flexible American Express Business Gold Card. You can earn 4 times points on your top 2 eligible spending categories every month, like transit, U.S. restaurants, and gas stations. That's the powerful backing of American Express. 4 times points on up to $150,000 in purchases per year. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business gold card.
James Hardy Building Products knows how important your home is, and it's why their Harding Siding is the #1 brand of siding in America. Trusted by homeowners and pros on over 10 million homes from coast to coast, Hardy Fiber Cement Siding gives homes lasting beauty with industry-leading protection against fire, water, pest, and more. James Hardy has everything you need to get started, from free siding samples, personalized 3D home renders, and a contractor network to quote your project. Visit jameshardy.com today to request more information.
At Shirley Ryan Ability Lab, every journey is unique, but they all have the same destination: ability. Choose the #1 rehabilitation hospital. Choose Shirley Ryan Ability Lab.
Look at your cup holder. It's empty, and you're feeling thirsty. Head to a nearby convenience store and fill it with a Pepsi Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew, or Starry. Grab a delicious, refreshing Pepsi for the road.
Alongside Ron Coomer, Zach Saban in for Pat today. Ryan Porth is along. Our engineer is Rich White. We're coming to you live all season long for the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. Getting set for the top half of the 7th inning. The Cubs with a 3-0 lead over the Blue Jays. And a new pitcher on the mound for the Cubs. Veteran left-hander Drew Smiley takes over. Pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Stuart Baroa at the plate, and he looks at a strike from Smiley. Fastball on the outside corner, 0-1. Cubs bullpen has done a terrific job this afternoon. Smiley kicks and fires. Called strike. Another fastball on the outside. 0-2. Justin Steele started. If you're just tuning in, we had 2 rain delays earlier this afternoon, so Steele went just 2 innings today. Nate Pearson, Tyson Miller, Julian Merriweather have all pitched, and now Smiley's in there as he bounces that breaking ball in front of home plate. 1-2 the count.
Not sure where that one got Amaya, but it got him. Bounced in front of the dish and came up high. Might have got him in the neck or collarbone.
Smiley's ready. Here's the pitch. Outside. 2-2. Smiley this season has a 2.77 ERA in 36 appearances. Here comes the pitch. Smoked in the left, the line drive for a base hit. So Baroa reaches to begin the top half of the 7th inning, and here comes the number 9 hitter, Addison Barger.
A little high fastball, inner half, and this ball gets turned around in a hurry. So this will be a leadoff hit. Now let's see if Drew Smiley can get him a ground ball.
Barger digs in, left-handed batter. The lefty Smiley delivers. And this is popped up, shallow left, drifting back Swanson, coming in Happ, and it's Happ's ball as he makes the catch, angling toward the line. 1 away, the first out, sponsored by Xfinity. Stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live once.
A good pitch by Smiley. This pitch just does the job. It's outer half fastball and just gets popped up.
So 1 on, 1 out for Toronto here in the top half of the 7th inning. The Cubs with a 3-0 lead. George Springer at the plate, 0 for 3, but he did reach on an error in the first. Throw over to first, getting back, standing up Baroa. Springer now 34 years old. 4-time All-Star, the World Series MVP for the Astros back in 2017. He hit 5 home runs in that series. Here comes the pitch. Low and inside, 1-0 the count. In 2021, Springer signed a 6-year, $150 million deal with Toronto, the largest contract in Jays history. Smiley looks at first and deals. A breaking ball, fouled out of play, off to the right by Springer, 1-1. This year, Springer hitting at .217. He does have 14 home runs and 46 RBIs. Baroa being held on at first by Bush. He's not going, and the pitch is low. 2-1.
Cubs playing Springer straight away in the outfield. And I mean literally. Vico Armstrong is in straightaway center field.
The pitch. Low. 3-1.
This goes to show you Springer will spray the ball all over the place in the air. Porter Hodge now warming up in the Cubs bullpen.
Smiley is ready. And the pitch. A ground ball, fair ball down the third baseline. It bounces off the sidewall, ricochets right to Happ. His throw goes to second base to hold Springer to a single. And advancing to third base on the play is Baroa. So now the Blue Jays are threatening, men at the corners, just 1 away, and Dalton Varsho due up.
This ball hits sharply right over the third base bag. Sean Barber, the third base umpire, says fair, and it's barely fair. Ian Mays does a very nice job going down the line as this ball hits the side wall, getting this ball in and throwing it to second base to keep Springer at first and keep this double play in order.
All right, so here's Varsho, a left-handed hitter with good speed. He's 1 for 3 today. And a single in the 5th. Springer at first base. Baroa at third. Cubs with a 3-0 lead here in the top half of the 7th inning. Smiley deals. Varsho bunts it right side past the mound. Ball fielded by Smiley. Underhand toss to first. Not in time. And a run comes in Bunt RBI single for Varsho. Baroa scores, and the Blue Jays are on the board. It's now 3-1 Cubs here in the seventh. Springer advances to second.
That's one of those plays where you've got that safety squeeze option where you bunt the ball. That makes it easy for, once he bunts this ball, to get the run to score. But Varsho puts it in the right spot, and he ends up with his second infield hit. And this guy can do a lot of things to help you win a ball game. That was an excellent bunt.
And Craig Counsell is going to make a pitching change. The dangerous Vladimir Guerrero Jr. due up, slugging right-handed hitters. So the hard-throwing right-hander Porter Hodge is going to enter, and Drew Smiley will depart. One away, 3-1 Cubs here in the top half of the seventh inning, but the Blue Jays are threatening with men at first and second. This is the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer are Chicago's Sound of Summer on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Bosch tools are built for workers. Bosch's powerful hammer drill has kickback control to help work go more smoothly when you need it. The 2-in-1 impact driver and wrench quickly changes between bits and sockets, so you only need one tool instead of two. And the X-Lock grinder switches wheels up to 5 times faster than standard grinders when you need to change tasks in a hurry. Bosch tools take care of the job and you. Bosch tools, what hard workers deserve. Learn more at BoschTools.com.
Sloan is excited to welcome Cubs fans back to the friendly confines this year for Wrigley Field's historic 110th season. And Sloan is proud to have been there every step of the way, with a partnership spanning over a century. As a leader in commercial restroom solutions, Sloan once again is outfitting Wrigley with its touch-free, sustainable products for both players and fans. Learn more at Sloan.com, and go Cubs go!
The out-of-town scoreboard is fueled by Citgo Tri-Clean Gasoline. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. The Pirates 7-2 winners over the Mariners at home earlier this afternoon. The Tigers also at home beat the Yankees 4-0. A couple other games underway. The Tampa Bay Rays at home against the Diamondbacks. They lead the D-backs 4-0, and the Mets with a big 3-0 lead over the Marlins at home. Zach?
Ryan, thank you. 3-1 Cubs, top of the seventh inning, one away. The Blue Jays threatening. They got men at first and second, and the dangerous Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at the plate. He's 1 for 2. A double and a walk this afternoon, hitting at .320 on the year with 25 home runs and 80 RBIs. Porter Hodge, the new right-hander in the game. His first pitch low. The runners go. Throw to third. In time! As Paredes tags out Springer for out number 2. Let's see if the Blue Jays elect to challenge this play.
Springer still laying on the third base bag. Yeah, and he is gonna be out at third base. And how about this play? You get thrown out at third base, and it's just a great catch and tag where really Paredes didn't move the glove. Catches a short hop throw. Springer just tags himself out with the catch. And you get thrown out at third base with Guerrero at the plate.
Unbelievable. Varsho now at second base. 2 away. Here's the pitch. Guerrero swings, hits one in the air. Deep center field. Carl Armstrong going back. It's playable. Short of the track. He makes the catch for out number 3. And thanks to a little help from Miguel Amaya and Porter Hodge, the Cubs work out of the jam as the Blue Jays only score once. It's 3-1 Cubs. Time to stretch. The seventh inning stretch sponsored by Volvo Plug-in Hybrid Vehicles, electric cars with a backup plan. Visit your local retailer to learn more.
All right, Cub fan, let me hear you. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to
Radio Network.
Take your business further with the smart and flexible American Express Business Gold Card. It offers flexible spending capacity that adapts to your business. You can also earn up to $395 in annual statement credits on eligible purchases at select business merchants. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business gold card.
James Hardy knows how important your home is. That's why they made America's #1 brand of siding. Trusted by homeowners in over 10 million homes from coast to coast. Siding from James Hardie gives your home a beautiful design without compromising on durability and protection. James Hardie also knows how important it is to support your hometown and root for the home team. James Hardie, siding with your home team. Visit jameshardie.com to request more information today.
Brian Yarbrough, the new pitcher for the Blue Jays to begin the last of the seventh inning. And he starts Dansby Swanson off with a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 the count. It's the Cubs with a 3-1 lead over the Blue Jays. A terrific job conducting the stretch today by Raheel Patel and Dr. Daniel Choi, a lymphoma survivor and a hematologist, combining on this Saturday at Wrigley, as Swanson fouls the next pitch out of play off to the right. 0-2. Big weekend here at Wrigley Field. Cubs for a cure, as the Cubs have done their part, along with a lot of other people, to try and raise a ton of money to help fight cancer. That last pitch up high, 1-2 the count now on Swanson.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. The goal was $1 million today here at Wrigley to be raised, and we'll see how that goes. I know they were really doing well earlier today, and a lot of people stepping up to, donate, and we'll see how this goes. I think they're going to shut it off right at the end of the ball game.
They are over 819,000.
How good is that? That is just awesome. Congratulations to everybody doing this and putting forth so much effort to raise money for this cure of cancer.
Dansby Swanson hits a soft pop-up into shallow right, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. drifts back to make the catch. One away. The Cubs with a 3-1 lead here in the bottom of the seventh inning. And Pete Crow Armstrong will step to the plate.
Cubs could use a little insurance here in the bottom of the seventh and eighth. Pete Crow Armstrong had an excellent bunt and then ended up scoring a run.
And Crow Armstrong looks at a strike on the outside corner. A fastball from Yarbrough. Lefty-lefty matchup. And the 0-1. Outside, 1 strike. So Miguel Amaya threw out George Springer, trying to steal third in the top half of this frame. And Amaya really put some salsa on that throw. Salsa King of Chicago reminds you that you can put salsa on everything. Available at Jewel Osco and Mariano's. Pitch low, 2-1. BCA waits. Here's the pitch. Pop fly, shallow left. Angling into foul territory is the left fielder Schneider, but this one's out of play. 2-2. Cubs got a leadoff home run in the first from Ian Happ. And then in the fifth, Michael Busch with a 2-run triple. 3-1 Cubs here with one down in the bottom of the seventh inning. The 2-2. Crow Armstrong looks at a ball outside. It's a full count. ECA waits. Yarbrough puts the ball in the glove. Sets at the belt and deals. Outside ball 4. So Pete Crow Armstrong draws a one-out walk here in the seventh.
Good at bat for Pete. And now take a look and watch, see what kind of move Yarbrough has, and if Pete Crow Armstrong can get a good read. He has been absolutely incredible stealing bases this year, and he's got a huge lead now.
He's not going. The pitch to Miguel Amaya is in there for strike 0-1. Crow Armstrong is 23 for 23 in stolen base attempts this season. Throw to first, getting back, standing up, PCA.
Yarbrough there gave him a throw over, but that was the D move. That wasn't the A move, that's for sure.
Now Crow Armstrong extends his lead off the first base bag. Yarbrough sets at the belt. PCA goes. The pitch, a one-hopper that is off the glove of the pitcher, Yarbrough. Wild throw to first. Crow Armstrong on his way to third base, and now the Cubs have men at the corners with just one away here in the bottom of the seventh inning.
Now, that's just a little nubber off the end of the bat by Amaya back at the mound. And I'm not quite sure why Yarbrough missed this ball. I mean, it's just a little bouncer, and he just kind of jabs at it with the glove, doesn't really try to catch it, just kind of, not really much of a fielder type spot. And then picks it up after it rolls over the mound and slings one wide to first by quite a bit, and Pete Armstrong goes all the way to third.
Right, E1 on Yarbrough. Cubs have men at the corners, just one away, and the batter now is Ian Happ, switch hitter batting from the right side. The pitch shows bunt and missed it, and now they've got Pete Crow Armstrong hung up in a rundown between third and home. Tag applied by Clement, the shortstop, and Crow Armstrong is out after the rundown. Advancing to second on the play is Amaya.
Well, this is a safety squeeze is what this play is. And Ian gets the bat out there and bunts through the pitch. So he tries to bunt this ball, does not make contact. And once you see him bunt through the ball, Pete Armstrong comes down a couple steps. And once you do that, you're kind of in no man's land. And then Kirk throws to third. They get Pete Armstrong in a rundown.
Happ waits for the 0-1. It's high and outside. Two away. Amaya at second base. Now the 1-1 delivery. Tap foul off to the left.
Zach, they ruled that a fielding error by Ryan Yarbrough.
Thank you. I had a little bit of difficulty following the rundown. Do you remember how we score that last play?
It's an out.
Pitch to Happ, out in front, a swing and a miss, strike three. And that ends the bottom half of the seventh inning. Amaya stranded at second base. After 7, it's the Cubs on top of the Blue Jays, 3-1 on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs radio network.
Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer bring you all the action on the Chicago Cubs radio network.
Take your business further with the smart and flexible American Express Business Gold Card. It's packed with benefits to help unlock more value from your business purchases. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business gold card.
James Hardie Building Products knows how important your home is, and it's why their Harding Siding is the #1 brand of siding in America. Trusted by homeowners and pros on over 10 million homes from coast to coast. Hardie Fiber Cement Siding gives homes lasting beauty with industry-leading protection against fire, water, pest, and more. James Hardie has everything you need to get started, from free siding samples, personalized 3D home renders, and a contractor network to quote your project. Visit jameshardie.com today to request more information.
Look at your cup holder. It's empty, and you're feeling thirsty. Head to a nearby convenience store and fill it with a Pepsi Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew, or Starry. Grab a delicious, refreshing Pepsi for the road.
Lowe's knows our great paint savings mean you can get the colors you want at prices you'll love. Right now, get 20% off 1-gallon cans and 5-gallon pails of Valspar Defense paint or Cabot Stain. Shop now because it's the perfect time to maintain your deck and paint your outdoor spaces. Visit us in-store or online today because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 8/21. Selection varies by location. See store at Lowe's.com for details.
Some things in life can be tricky, like learning to play an instrument. Life insurance can feel tricky too, but State Farm can help make it easier. Contact your local agent or visit statefarm.com today.
Top of the 8th inning here at Wrigley Field. Cubs with a 3-1 lead over the Blue Jays. The cleanup man, Alejandro Kirk, at the plate. And he looks at a ball low from Porter Hodge. 1-0 the count. Kirk's 0 for 2 with a walk. And the pitch is low and outside. 2-0 the count. It's turned into a beautiful afternoon here at Wrigley Field. Temperature near 80 degrees, partly cloudy at the moment, or partly sunny, depending on your disposition. Here's the 2-0. That's low. 3-0 now on Kirk.
Hey, you'd really never know it stormed here at the ballpark earlier today.
Yeah, never know. We had 2 rain delays. Hodge peers in, gets the side from Amaya, works his motion. The 3-0. Is inside, ball 4. A leadoff walk by Alejandro Kirk to begin the top half of the 8th inning. Time and temperature sponsored by Circa Resort and Casino. Get ready for the time of your life. CircaLasVegas.com.
And the 8th inning is sponsored by Cars for Kids, 877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
So I was able to look at a replay during the break.
Yeah.
And the official scoring on the PCA play. Sorry, I'm a little jittery. I just saw a pigeon heading in our direction. Ernie Clement looks at a strike from Hodge. 0-1 the count. Anyone who's listening to yesterday's ball game knows that
Zach had an issue with a pigeon yesterday.
Did have an issue with a pigeon.
You know, them killer pigeons out there.
This is popped up on the infield, right side. Bush, the first baseman, in foul territory, makes the catch in front of the bag. So 1 away. The first out, sponsored by Xfinity. Stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live once. All right, first, the scoring on the play where PCA was caught in the rundown. Caught stealing 2-5-2-6. And as for the pigeon, apparently our booth is fair game for the Pigeons of Chicagoland as Will Wagner looks at a strike, a fastball on the outer edge from Hodge. 0-1. And yesterday you were talking, analyzing a play, as you do so well every game. And I was riveted. I was looking at you, listening. Here's the 0-1. And Wagner pops it up. Foul territory off to the left and out of play. The count 0-2 on the Blue Jays second baseman. 3-1 Cubs here with 1 on and 1 out in the top half of the 8th inning. And as you were talking, and again, I'm looking at you, so I was turned to my left. All of a sudden, I see this big shadow heading in my direction, and it was a pigeon, and the pigeon wasn't stopping. That pitch is lined foul off the netting to the left by Wagner. Count remains 0-2, and I kind of used my hands and did some sort of karate chop move while diving under the table for dear life. Is that a fair description?
So that's what we're going to call that?
Well, it was something.
Karate chop move.
Well, what else would you call it?
I don't know, but the karate people are not going to be real happy.
Here's the 0-2, and it's dribbled foul off to the right. Jiu-jitsu, it's some kind of martial art move.
We'll go with that. Okay.
Is it martial art or martial arts move? Martial arts move.
What you did is not martial arts.
Well, apparently not, because it didn't scare the pigeon. I didn't want to ruin the hair. I was having a great hair day. Now the 0-2. Wagner lines one foul off to the left. Into the
heads up there, Brucey.
Right next
Bruce Levine down there. He's going to get combat pay down there, Brucey.
Bruce with excellent lateral movement.
Yeah.
And great flexibility. Did you notice the little shoulder shake to get out of the way?
He's all good.
Here's the 0-2. That's just outside.
He
One
didn't
ball
jump
and 2
away
strikes.
from that baseball like someone did a pigeon. I know that.
So we're going to play that game.
Bruce and Elise. Yeah, there we go. Good job, guys.
Pitch low to Wagner. Check swing. Did he go? Yeah, he did on appeal. Strike 3. Wagner's retired. 2 away.
Excellent breaking ball by Hodge to get the check swing for the punch out. Second out of the inning. This ball really darts down. Comes out looking like a fastball and then takes a dive. Nice block by Amaya. I'll bring out Tommy Hotovy. Maybe to give a little scouting report here on the pinch hitter coming into the game, Horowitz.
Yeah, Spencer Horowitz, who was the starting DH in yesterday's ball game, has been asked to pinch hit So Davis Schneider now out of the game. Horowitz, a left-handed batter, facing the right-hander Porter Hodge. 2 away, top 8. It's a 3-1 lead for the Cubs. Man at first base. A reminder to stay tuned for the toast of the game presented by Binny's Beverage Depot. Coming up in the 9th inning with the Coom Dog, Ron Coomer. Time to see how we did with our guesses in the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game. Today's attendance, 38,755. Pitch to Horowitz is low. It was knocked down by Amaya. Briefly could not find it. Kind of squirted behind him, but not far enough for the runner Kirk to make a move. And I believe we have a pinch runner. It's not Kirk. It's Brian Severin, the pinch runner at first. Horowitz looks at a ball low. It's now 2-0. Serving is the backup catcher for Kirk. They look very different. Here comes the 2-0 delivery. In there, first strike. Fastball on the outer edge, 2-1. And it looks like I was a little closer than the rest of you in the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game. So while I've been mocked for being afraid of the pigeon,
telling the truth.
That pitch low, 3-1. You would have done the same thing. There would have been a lot of hand movements. I don't know if you would have ducked under the table.
No.
If a pigeon was coming your way.
It's a pigeon.
Yeah. And that poor pigeon would not be with us if it had attempted to
He'd be
fly
on
over
the
on your
concussion
side.
protocol.
Yeah.
That's all it is to it.
That pitch up high, ball 4. So Horowitz draws a walk, and now the Blue Jays have the tying runs on base at first and second. And Stuart Baroa due up.
Now for Hodge with 2 outs here, just missed a couple times. And now you really need to bear down and make a couple good pitches, see if you can get out of this inning.
Baroa came in as a pinch hitter for the injured Leo Jimenez in the second inning. Jimenez has a leg issue. And we've got a pinch runner at first base. So Horowitz leaves, and Joey Loper-Fido is running at first. 2 on, 2 out for the Blue Jays here in the top of the 8th inning. Cubs a 3-1 lead. Baroa at the plate. Here's the pitch. He swings and misses at a slider from Hodge, 0-1.
Boy, when Hodge gets on top of that breaking ball, it comes out looking like fastball, and it starts bending. And that pitch, that's just a nasty breaking ball.
Baroa, switch hitter, batting from the left side. Looks at strike 2, another slider from Hodge.
This one starts out away and ends up on the inside corner. Excellent pitch.
Time called by Baroa. So if you're Hodge, what are you thinking now? Do you stick with the slider?
I go with your fastball. I would go with an elevated fastball up and out of the zone, see if you can get him to chase it.
Hodge sets at the belt. Here's the 0-2. Called strike 3. He went with the fastball and throws Baroa. The Blue Jays leave 2. Middle 8. It's the Cubs with a 3-1 lead over Toronto on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Pete Crow Armstrong. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Look at your cup holder. It's empty, and you're feeling thirsty. Head to a nearby convenience store and fill it with a Pepsi Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew, or Starry. Grab a delicious, refreshing Pepsi for the road.
At Shirley Ryan Ability Lab, every journey is unique, but they all have the same destination: ability. Choose the #1 rehabilitation hospital. Choose Shirley Ryan Ability Lab.
Lowe's knows our great paint savings mean you can get the colors you want at prices you'll love. Right now, get 20% off 1-gallon cans and 5-gallon pails of Valspar Defense paint or Cabot Stain. Shop now because it's the perfect time to maintain your deck and paint your outdoor spaces. Visit us in-store or online today because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 8/21. Selection varies by location. See store at Lowe's.com for details.
Some things in life can be tricky, like learning to play an instrument. Life insurance can feel tricky too, but State Farm can help make it easier. Contact your local agent or visit statefarm.com today.
You've probably heard a lot about electrified vehicles lately. Well, Toyota has electrified options for every lifestyle. We've got hybrids, no plug needed.
Let's go.
But we also have plug-in hybrids, if that's your thing. You can even go 100% electric in the Toyota BZ4X. With so many options for reducing carbon emissions, Toyota is electrified, diversified. Learn more about our Beyond Zero vision for the future at toyota.com/Beyond Zero.
Listen to every MLB game live. Plus, watch the minor leagues, MLB Big Inning, and available pre- and post games. No blackouts. Visit MLB.com/@bat for details. Zach?
Ryan, thank you. Alongside Ron Coomer, Zach Zaidman with you. A reminder to stay tuned for Ryan Forth's post-game show, which follows immediately after us at the conclusion of the ball game. The Cubs with a 3-1 lead over the Blue Jays as we get set for the last half of the eighth inning. Our engineer this afternoon is Rich White, helping us blast through the speakers of your radio as well as all of your smart devices. Ryan Yarbrough's still out there, left-handed pitcher for the Blue Jays. The first pitch to Bush is up high, 1-0 the count. Bush had a huge hit in this game in the fifth inning, a 2-run triple. 3-1 Cubs here in the bottom of the eighth inning. The 1-0 outside. 2-0 the count now on Bush.
Oh, we got a bunch of nice gifts today that I know you're going to take some of them home today.
Oh, will I?
Well, you got some headgear today. We got some sunglasses sent to us from our friends in Iowa.
Yeah.
The Iowa State Fair, right? They sent us a bunch of stuff today. Very nice of them. We did not get a steak to Virgo, but we did get a very nice Iowa State pennant. Iowa State Fair pennant, right?
Yeah.
Now, you might be just a touch young for the mullet, but they sent us one. So if you would like to feature that, on your way home, you can feature the mullet wig that we got in the stuff that we received today.
Yes, that is true. Bush swings and misses. It's now a full count. Now, all of this is because the folks in Iowa, in Des Moines, they sponsor the Catch of the Game, sponsored by Catch Des Moines, Catch Fair Fever at the Iowa State Fair, August 8th through the 18th. Plan your best days ever at iowastatefair.org. So what's going on through this weekend? Here's the 3-2. Bush grounds one softly on the right side, fielded by Wagner, the second baseman. His throw to first is in time. So Bush retired, one away here in the bottom half of the eighth inning. Servin, by the way, stays in the game. He's catching for Toronto. And Loperfido remains in the game. He's out in left field. So we need a catch of the game.
The catch of the game right now is Rich Wyatt. I'm telling you right now, he has broke out the mullet look, and that is something.
It's a good thing we're on radio. Yeah, it's a good thing we're on radio. As Seiya Suzuki looks at a strike from Yarbrough, 0-1.
Wow.
The next pitch, a breaking ball that swung on and missed, 0-2 the count. A lot of interesting things about the Iowa State Fair.
I mean, we just found the topper. We thought the butter cow was something.
Here comes the 0-2. That's up high. 1-2 the count now on Seiya. Is Rich wearing?
Oh yeah.
He is.
He's full.
Yeah, you didn't quite give it the description it needed.
It doesn't need much description.
Yeah. Well, we are on radio as Suzuki fouls one out of play off to the right. I'll describe it. He's wearing a wig that has
it's a mullet wig.
A mullet, but not just any mullet. I mean, this is a mega-sized mullet that Rich is wearing to go along with his natural brown beard. The longest beard at the Iowa State Fair has been growing for the past 15 years. Measures just over 39 inches long as Seiya swings and misses at a changeup. Strike 3, 2 away.
Rich, you got 1983 heavy metal band written all over you.
It's a good look.
Is that a good thing?
It's a
Oh, yeah.
real good
Absolutely.
look.
That's right, my wheelhouse, growing up. 83, 84. I featured the mullet. Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Not quite to that level, but we featured one.
Cody Bellinger at the plate, looks at a ball outside, 1-0 the count. We need pictures of you from back in the 80s. You don't bring enough of those into the booth on a daily basis. Yarborough kicks and fires, and Bellinger swings, and it's a high fly ball deep left, but playable for Loperfido, angling toward the corner. He makes the catch for out number 3. So we head to the 9th inning. As our good friend Pat would say, fasten those seatbelts. It's the Cubs with a 3-1 lead over the Blue Jays on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs fans, Ian Happ here. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Look at your cup holder. It's empty. And you're feeling thirsty. Head to a nearby convenience store and fill it with a Pepsi Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew, or Starry. Grab a delicious, refreshing Pepsi for the road.
Lowe's knows our great paint savings mean you can get the colors you want at prices you'll love. Right now, get 20% off 1-gallon cans and 5-gallon pails of Valspar Defense paint or Cabot Stain. Shop now because it's the perfect time to maintain your deck and paint your outdoor spaces. Visit us in-store or online today because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 8/21. Selection varies by location. See store at Lowe's.com for details.
Some things in life can be tricky, like learning to play an instrument, tying a knot in a balloon, your kids' math homework.
What?
Life insurance can feel tricky too, but at State Farm, we can help make it easier to understand so you can protect your family's future. A local State Farm agent can help you look at your options and choose the coverage you need to protect the people you love. Contact your local agent or visit statefarm.com today.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit FordService.com for important details and limitations.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. Brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards. Zach?
Thank you very much, Ryan. We begin the top half of the 9th inning here at Wrigley Field. The Cubs with a 3-1 lead over the Blue Jays, and Jorge Lopez now tasked with trying to close out this ball game. Lopez has been lights out as a Cub. 1-0, a 0.44 ERA in 18 games. And this is the first time he's being asked to save a game for the Cubs. Addison Barger at the plate, left-handed hitter. The right-hander Lopez works on the first base side of the rubber. He kicks and delivers, and Barger grounds one foul off to the right. The bat goes flying in the direction of Nico Horner, playing second base.
Now that's an explosion.
Yeah. I think the only thing that Barger was left with was just a little piece of the handle, and the rest of the bat ended up near Nico on the edge of the outfield grass.
Got to check in front of home plate for his thumb.
Wow.
That was an explosion, boy. That was a fastball inside, and the barrel went as far as the ball.
Now, at this time, by the way, remember when I mentioned the rundown play, Pete Crow Armstrong? Yep. They ruled that as a caught stealing in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Yep.
And if that holds, it's the first time that Pete Crow Armstrong has been caught stealing this season. As Barger looks at a ball outside, 1-1 the count. He had been 23 for 23 in stolen base attempts, and they're ruling that a caught stealing, which would end that streak.
Well, I'm not sure if to me, he was not stealing home.
Barger hits one in the air. Deep center field. Going back, Crow Armstrong. He's at the wall, looks up, and it's gone. Addison Barger with a home run to straightaway center field, and it's a one-run game. 3-2 Cubs here in the ninth.
We talked about it. This, ballpark is, it's summer, and the ball's flying there. We're in mid-August. And even though there's a slight little breeze blowing in, it's not really affecting the baseball much. It's the second ball we've seen hit out the straightaway center field. And that one reaches the basket and then just clears it by about 4 or 5 feet.
Here is George Springer. Lopez delivers, and Springer looks at the ball inside, and that home run by Barger ends a streak of 14 straight scoreless outings for Jorge Lopez, a span of 16 innings. 3-2 Cubs. No one out here in the ninth. The pitch to Springer in there for a strike. Fastball, 97 miles per hour.
Getting back to the Pete Crow Armstrong thing, now that was not a steal of home. So that'll be something we could probably talk about with the official scorekeeper, because that's a safety squeeze that was tried by the Cubs and failed.
Springer chops one foul at the plate, 1-2.
So when Happer goes to bunt that ball, he bunts through it. That's when Pete Crow Armstrong comes down the line. So I'm not exactly sure how you score that, to be quite honest with you. But it is not really like he's trying to steal home plate.
Here's the 1-2. Springer swings and misses. Strike 3. Lopez gets him with a slider. One away.
Excellent pitch. After giving up the home run, Lopez bears down. Makes a couple good pitches. Springer having his struggles this year, only hitting .219. Pulls off this slider big time. Good pitch on the outside corner at the knees.
It has started raining again here at Wrigley Field, and it's coming down at a pretty good clip at the moment. Dalton Varsho at the plate looks at a strike from Lopez. A slow-moving breaking ball that floats into the zone. 0-1. The first out sponsored by Xfinity. Stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live once.
Chicago weather.
Here's the 0-1. Varsho taps it foul at the plate. 0-2.
If you're a person that likes variety in your life, this is the place for you when it comes to weather.
I mean, there are a lot of other things.
Woo.
Great food. But yeah, the rain is coming down now. Here's the 0-2. Outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. How much longer do you think they can keep playing in these conditions?
I think we're okay for another 5 minutes or so. I really do. I think it's raining fairly hard, but not to the point where it's affecting the field yet.
Lopez deals. Called strike 3. Backdoor knuckle curve. That freezes Varsho 2 away.
Excellent pitch by Lopez. This ball starts out away. Varsho gives up on this breaking ball, and it comes to the outside corner. Great job by Amaya also of framing this pitch. He catches it right at the bottom of the zone and sticks it right there. Now you got to get through one of the best hitters in baseball with a 1-run lead.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is that player. Time called by Amaya. The pitcher Lopez could not hear the pitch call via the PitchCom device in his cap because it's so loud here at Wrigley Field.
Well, I'll say this. You want to get it right in this situation. The game's on the line. You got 2 outs in the ninth in a 1-run game, and the hottest hitter maybe in all of baseball. There might be a guy in New York that's pretty hot too, but this guy's right there with him.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at the plate. 1 for 3 with a double and a walk here this afternoon. Powerful right-handed slugger. Cubs with a 3-2 lead. 2 away. Top 9. The pitch. Swing and a miss. As Lopez starts him off with a slider. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are sponsored by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Own every mile in a brand new Hyundai. Lopez is ready. Now the 0-1. Guerrero swings and misses again. Another slider from Lopez. 0-2.
Guerrero has been sitting fastball, seeing the pitch start out inner half, and he's swinging like it's a heater, and he's getting the slider away.
The Blue Jays are down to their last strike. Rain continues to fall at Wrigley. The Cubs with a 3-2 lead. 0-2 the count. Lopez is ready. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Lopez gets Guerrero with the slider. And the Cubs have won back-to-back ball games. A 3-2 victory over the Blue Jays here today.
Great job by Lopez. He gives up the leadoff home run and really does not get rattled. That is an outstanding job, as then he finds that slider, and I mean,